Okay. You're supposed to not curse for like the first 30 seconds of the podcast.
We'll talk to Mr. Peterson about it.
What rules? All right. Oh, that's what I forgot. Yes, this stuff. All right. Okay. Fungal.
I have a mulatto addiction.
I should have played with these earlier.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Are we live?
That was Josh.
I should have played with these earlier.
We are live. All right, now we're good. Okay. 3, 2, 1. GoNintendo Podcast, episode 975, the Cetitan Podcast. This Pokemon wanders around snowy, icy areas. It protects its body with powerful muscles and a thick layer of fat under its skin. It's 14 feet tall. Holy crap, it's 1,500 pounds.
Unbelievable!
Male and female. Its category is Terra Whale, Terra. And abilities include Slush Rush. Boost the Pokemon speed, stat, and snow. And also Thick Fat. This is a really good one. Pokemon
so
is
it's muscular and fat?
Like me. Pokemon is protected, but it's like Steven Seagal. That's what it's like. Or like people in like old-timey Hollywood movies where it was like supposed to be the muscular guy and it was like
like the guy who gets shot with a cannonball
with,
and
with a black and white striped like onesie.
You got it.
Holding the dumbbells.
Yeah. Somebody back then who was like
mustache, perhaps.
They were shown as the pinnacle of health, but today you'd be like, "Sir, you're morbidly obese." This Pokemon is
that TikTok. Sorry to
interrupt.
That's what I do. The TikTok where the guy gets shot out of the cannon
and misses the net
and just hits the net. I saw a TikTok that like put another perspective for me. He's like,
he's dead.
Can you imagine like telling your family or the doctor or whatever what happened? It's like, well, what happened to you? It's like, well, I got shot out of a cannon for 12 people who were watching. Like, it's really
he does it for the art, not for the amount of people. Thick Fat is another ability. The Pokemon is protected by a thick layer of fat, which halves the damage taken from fire and ice.
Apparently I can't because I'm neither fat nor muscular.
No, look at Mr. Mime right here. He's a real weirdo.
Hundreds of Pokemon. I'm sure we can find a lanky one.
People are getting worried. We're running out of Pokemon. We might not have enough for I don't know. Somebody in the Discord tell me how many there are. We're running out. And the Pokemon section. Nicky Hill is here. Hi, Nicky. How are you?
We made it. We got there.
We got there. Nicky Hill is on music duty today. He's playing the part of Mom Brain.
Trying. Let anybody down.
Playing the part of also Mom Brain is Deux on the soundboard today.
Ooh,
how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah, now that I think about it, it does take two of us to do
the job of one
job
woman
that she does.
Name a
so
woman.
Well.
Any woman?
Also, we have two other people here. We have Grimbles for his second podcast. Yay! The last one was pandemic era.
Yeah,
those great times. Oh well, that's where our relationship bloomed. So I guess that you know what, COVID was pretty good after all. I'd say
an old COVID cell. Am I right?
And what are we going with? Brhino?
Brhino?
We're going with Brhino for a first time podcast appearance.
Hello.
First time here, hopefully not last, although this show is pretty bad. So I understand if you don't want to come back.
It could go either way.
And of course, Josh Grobot is here, my friend from college days. Josh, how are you doing?
I'm a party animal.
Still got it, baby. What have you been up to, Josh?
I have a mulatto addiction.
No more Call of Duty?
Minecraft, bro.
Oh my God! We never hear you say that. Minecraft, Call of Duty, and Balatro. That's a hell of a mix.
I'm a cozy gamer.
I guess Minecraft could be a cozy game. It counts. And of course, George is here. George, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you over COVID, George? I know you had a rough time.
Bon George, no. Sorry.
Why don't you ask George?
He's in the middle of asking me. Thank you very much.
Good to have all of you here. Let me say hello to the Discord. Hi, Blood Ocean. Oh, with a Minecraft meme. Giant Reggie and Radical Defect. You know, son of a bitch, if you saw the goddamn Minecraft movie, I could have been talking to you about it, but your daughter doesn't love you, so you didn't get to see it. No, he was supposed to. Grimbles was supposed to go, but didn't get
We
to.
should have your daughter on the show.
Yes.
Darn it.
But how can you talk about the Minecraft movie if you didn't see it?
I would talk to him about it.
Oh, ask him about
You know how like I play a game sometimes and you don't, and we talk about
it. There's
for the
very
last
rarely that I play a
900
game that you
weeks.
don't. Or you
I understand.
Well, you talk, but I don't listen.
that. Now that's
Not
true.
really a talk.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we should all go see the Minecraft movie together.
I heard there's a really great 50-second song. in it.
It's not 50 seconds. It's
Oh, I heard it was short.
34.
Oh, it's even
seconds.
shorter.
Yeah, it's like ridiculously short.
They didn't want to get. They didn't want to get hit for plagiarism or what
Well,
so they
in
cut it
the
short.
From the Minecraft movie.
in the age of TikTok, we can't keep focused on anything longer than 34
That's
seconds.
exactly what it is. Well, I'm sure what really happened is like they did the Mario Brothers movie and they had Peaches, which was a hit song. So then you get Jack Black in another video game movie and they're like, okay, do your song. And he farts out a 30-second song and they're like, good enough. And then it charts on Billboard. So, Blood Ocean, and Giant Reggie, and Radical Defect, and Backseat Studios, and Giant
It
Reggie.
reaches all the way up to the billboards.
Giant Reggie says, Mom Brain looks like Nicky Hill, and Nicky Hill looks like some other guy. It's true. Oh, that's very nice. Sneaker Hacks, and Tater Tot, and what the hell's going on in my Discord? Nico Darunia and Gecko Kitsune, and whoever else is in here. Thanks for joining us. Burning Cheese, and Popple, and Ice Dilbert. Oh, Ice Dilbert, I put the credit for you on the site the other day for that mouse mode thing you sent in for Switch 2. What's up?
I just deleted one of the songs.
Hi, Fluffernutter. Good to see you.
I can't computer.
All right.
Computer.
There's a couple things that I wanted to talk about before getting into the regular stuff. You gonna be all right?
I can fix this.
I feel like you're a hacker. First thing I want to talk about is spoilers, but I'm not going to say actual spoilers. It's about I've complained in the past about sites like sure.
GoNintendo.
Yeah. I was deciding if I was going to say it or not. Like IGN, when it comes to spoilers, because it doesn't matter what it is, like games or movies or TV shows. It won't even be out to the public yet, and they'll have articles. What?
No.
Am I
go
spoiling
ahead.
that they have spoiler articles?
No. Continue.
They'll put out spoilers for things
We're
that
getting
like the general
spoilers.
public hasn't even gotten
We're
a
get-
chance to watch
We're
yet.
getting spoilers from the source. I feel like it's not really
boy.
spoilers.
Well,
It's not
here
a
we go.
big
Nicky
deal,
Hill
but-
is going to side, and not surprisingly, Nicky Hill's going to side with my complaint here, but on the other end of it. So
No. What are you talking about?
you're talking about Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, this is where it's going to go. How it
All right,
usually
I
goes.
want to know what you're talking about.
So, so IGN put out an article, and they were like, "Marvel just spoiled their own movie," and I was like,
Okay,
"You
thanks, IGN. You spoil everything.
yes! Oh my god, that's exactly what I was going for." But now
Oh.
say how you really feel.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay, all right.
I feel
Same
like
page.
IGN, they have people who work there specifically to be like, ooh, what's a major point? Oh, that's
Yes.
going on Facebook.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I,
going. That's not even going in like a post. That's going in like whatever.
By the way, I want to
click-throughs.
say very quickly,
It's-
we're not going to spoil anything here. I'm being serious.
It's
but-
funny that you say that because I was just earlier today watching the IGN review of the new Doom game, and he spoiled something in that. It's not like a big deal, but like to somebody it might be a big deal. Like for me, it wasn't, but it was like, and
Doom
he just
the Dark Ages,
and
the
the-
first person. You son of a. bitch.
no, yeah, it wasn't that, but like the
They go to
way
hell.
he like nonchalantly just like, oh yeah, and then this thing, you know, and I
Mhm.
was like, wait a minute, that's kind of a spoiler, but whatever.
They give, and I'm guessing they didn't give any spoiler warnings.
I
Oh.
don't know. They might have. I don't think they did, but they might have.
No,
I
but like
can't
it's
say.
either
I don't recall.
They usually do that big thing with like a big horn noise that's like, "Brrr," and it says spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
'cause
And
it
I'm being
wasn't-
serious.
It
They-
wasn't the
they do
biggest
that.
spoiler. Like you know, if I told you what it was, you could argue with me. But
Yeah.
like it was kind of one of those things that was borderline, and it was like so nonchalantly
Yeah.
thrown out there.
They don't care. Because think of it. This is exactly what they're like. A, they want the clicks. B, they don't care. C, they've had the game for like probably close to a month now. So
Yeah,
they're like,
didn't
I don't
spoil
care.
it for me.
Yeah, I already know.
How
So
why
yeah.
would I spoil for you? It didn't spoil me.
Yeah, they had the thing about Marvel, and they're like, Marvel spoiled Thunderbolts, and with
'Cause their
the
posters, they like their
asterisk,
branding
they
and stuff
explain
like
what the asterisk is. But I'm like, IGN of all people,
Here's the
really,
thing,
you're
well,
gonna say this?
Here's the thing with Marvel, though, too. In my opinion, it seems that they would be spoiling things, but like they have it's not a press conference. I guess it is their big event, like D23 or whatever, where they're like, oh, and Doctor Doom's gonna be played by. I don't know. Is it a secret to anybody at this point?
At this point, I would say no.
Right, because they spoiled it. Right, they put it out there, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, that would have been a crazy.
So when the
surprise.
company that is like making the content puts something out,
RFK, right? That's his RFK Jr.
RFK is definitely Doctor Doom. That is 100% true.
But yeah, so like,
That's good.
so
There's your
something like
picture,
that.
Crazy Colonel.
So then apparently what like Marvel and Disney did too is that like they changed all their billboards or like their posters,
Yeah.
but then they changed them again almost immediately after to
Yes.
include Stitch busting
Yes.
through, and it's just like, okay, we got a little thing going.
You got to think exactly. You got to think. It's like they plan the marketing out. You're exactly right. But
Intentional spoilers from the source.
exactly.
These are
Yeah.
sourcelers we're dealing
That's what I think. That's what they're called in the
Right.
business. Yes. Yeah, that's my point. It's like the company that's making this stuff is putting it out. So either they don't think it's that big of a spoiler, or they're okay with people knowing it in general, and that's that. So
We're
I
also
can't get mad
just-
at the company making it, but outlets, sure.
Well, when it comes to that too, like we're also in an age where they're spelling everything out for us as we go along too. There's no subtlety anymore when it comes to media, it seems like, but that's another story for another podcast, or maybe I'll bring it up later. Continue.
Because we truly are the Last of Us.
Oh, don't even get me started. Why would you bring that up?
But with spoilers and
Can I
IGN
turn
and all
fan
that
around
stuff,
now? Because I just got a little warm
got
under the collar.
Games Radar was even worse. So I want to say it was like 30 minutes before the midnight showing started for Thunderbolts. They mentioned a sizable spoiler. And I don't want to say specifics because I feel they're too spoilerish. But like I read it and I was like, how do you just put this in an article title?
I don't. So
I'll whisper it to you. You saw
yeah,
it.
because I honestly don't.
I have spoken.
don't
I
even
already
know what you're
forgot.
talking about. Yeah.
Come here, Al. That was funny.
I don't believe it.
Are you serious? You just saw the movie today.
I remember it being like a wow thing, but now I can't remember. Don't worry about it.
No, I'll try
think
one
about
more.
it.
I'll
think about
the
it.
silence is good. No.
Oh yeah.
There we
That
go.
was a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, so they put that in the title, and
Right.
I was like, really? I don't know. We'll give it
That's-
a few weeks, and then we'll talk about it again
Wow.
because I know it's horrible. And that was, like I said, about a half hour before the midnight showing started.
So here's the other thing. I thought there were like pretty good moments in the trailer.
Iron Man died.
Not like good moments in the trailers, like that were like huge moments,
Mhm.
but there were lines in the trailer that I thought fit that weren't in the movie, and I was like, that's strange to me.
I gotta look this up now.
No, don't.
Oh no! Oh, you're gonna see it. Are you gonna go to the theater to see it though? You were
Yeah.
interested in seeing it.
It'll be ruined. It might have already been
Hey.
ruined.
Wait,
Here. Sorry,
what are you gonna look? Did you hear?
he's
what he
gonna look
whispered?
up
I
the
want to
spoiler.
look
I
up
could send
this
it to you.
article.
I'll send it to you.
But don't talk about
No, I won't. I just want to know what you guys are talking about.
I want to read it so I can tell everybody.
A
on
friend
the
of mine partially spoiled something about it. I think the
That's-
asterisk thing.
Ex-friend.
it. Well,
I asked
so-
him. I
Oh,
asked
I
him.
mean, we can
okay.
talk about the asterisk thing because, right? Marvel did it.
Well,
It's all over.
yeah,
There's
you
people-
could, just not in great detail. You could say literally what they did, but I wouldn't get into the
Then you say
specifics of it.
so I don't mess.
I
it
don't
up.
want to talk about it.
Oh gosh, here we
You
go.
can say what they changed the title to if you want.
Well, whatever
yeah.
they did.
Just
If-
talk
if
about
it-
that. The title
Are
was
they
actually
really
something
changing-
else.
Are they really changing the title like officially though?
If you go to buy tickets, it's still Thunderbolts.
right.
That's all I can tell you.
So here's a thing. The reason behind Thunderbolts, I thought it was named after a person that was in the MCU, but it's not.
Johnny Thunderbolts.
No. Jeez, and you call yourself a fan?
Uh,
Whatever his name is, I can't remember his name now. Thaddeus Ross.
Thaddeus Bolts.
Right? Is it Thaddeus?
I thought you said he wasn't named after a character. Thunderbolts is named after a character.
Spoiler alert. No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Is Thaddeus in it? I need to know. I'm just kidding.
Spoiler.
No, but the Ross, whatever his name, what is it? Not
Yes.
Thaddeus? I thought it was.
I think you're right. Yeah.
His nickname is Thunderbolt. So that's why I thought there was like a tie in there because of like things that have happened in the MCU prior. But wrong. Can I have one of those now? I don't have a piece of gum and I need something sweet.
What, these?
enough. Yeah, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
These
Right?
are,
Look at that title.
compliments.
What?
of
Oh, how could you put that in the title?
Grumbles?
I was so pissed off because I went into the movie, not knowing that something like that would happen, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Wait,
But I've
is that
seen
the
everything.
name of the character, though?
No, it doesn't.
Just that.
No, but
Boy, oh boy. And what you said right there is exactly how they think when they write this
Justify.
garbage, because they're like, I didn't put the name. So,
Hmm.
but anyway, I just couldn't believe that IGN out of everybody did that. I'm complaining more about Games Radar
Well,
now, but
we'll
Games
talk
Radar
more.
does it too. But IGN, I was just like, now they're clickbaiting clickbait.
We'll
like,
talk.
this is
We'll talk more
ridiculous.
off air.
Okay.
Because there's something
general,
there's
or-
something more about that I would bring up that I
Hi, Vachi.
don't want to mention here.
Hi, Radical Defect. Yes, Stitch is in Thunderbolts. Fluff for another. That's true. You heard it from Nicky Hill. Nicky Hill is right though. Hi, Roth. They changed the poster of Thunderbolts to a new name. If you haven't seen it, we won't ruin it, even though it's out there. But then they changed the poster again for the Lilo and Stitch live action movie that's coming out. So we'll see how long they keep this thing going. Drake, that's one of my favorite gifts from that cartoon series. Hi, Cumulative. Good to see you. It has been, my friend. So there's that. Also want to talk about Switch 2 pre-orders, specifically from Walmart.
Oh,
Nicky Hill's got a pre-order. Deux got a pre-order. Grimbles, you got a pre-order. I got a pre. Oh, that's right. You got two. And this guy gets pre-orders like they're no big deal. Like he just hops online. He's like, yeah, I got two. It's done. I can't believe cannot believe how lucky you are with that. You're
That first
Believe
night
it, baby.
especially. I was really mad that first night.
It was so frustrating because I bet all my money on Best Buy as the one to go for. And that was the one that at midnight was like, what are you talking about? Switch 2 pre-orders. I don't know what happened. They never explained it. But what was it? Target? You could talk with your mouth
Sorry,
full.
I'm
It doesn't
eating-
matter on this show.
eating candy. Yeah, we were all banking on Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's the problem.
probably lost precious time on the Best Buy website. And I flipped
Yep.
over to Walmart. Walmart was dumping me into like a waiting queue
Yeah.
with a time limit. So then I flipped over to Target. It's the same situation probably for everybody, but it wouldn't let me pay. It would just keep
Mhm.
erroring out, but eventually it went through.
Eventually.
I just-
I think it took like 5 minutes for
Yeah.
Target was a pain in the butt, and then it went through, and then I got an
It was
update.
like a half hour.
And then I got an update like almost immediately after. It was like, we canceled your order.
Oh, yours got canceled.
Thanks a lot, Target.
But you got another one.
I did. I lucked out.
Also,
Thanks to
What's
you
today?
and
yeah.
Wario 64.
Today is Rick Steve's birthday.
Is that true?
Actually, yeah.
I've been told, according to
I
the
wonder where
Discord,
he's
it's also
traveling. Where's he
National
spending his
Train
birthday?
Day, but I don't know if they're just making fun of me. What was I going to say? Rick Steve's Train Day, pre-orders. Oh, I got the I signed up for the my Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order thing, and I got that email as well. But we're all good because like I could have offered it to somebody else if they wanted one, but we don't. I don't know.
Did they email if you didn't get picked for that, or only if you got picked? I didn't get.
My understanding is only if you got picked, they emailed you, and it's not. And it's good for like 4 days. Like you'll be able to get one no problem for 4 days because they know how many people they've picked through the lottery. So I think mine said until the 11th I could just go in and pre-order one. You wanted a Pro controller?
Yeah, I'm interested in a Pro controller.
Can I do? You can do Pro controllers on. I'm gonna look into that. If I could use my invite to snag you one that way, then I will definitely do that. I'm glad I just.
You
thought
don't
of
have
that.
to waste it on that.
No, I'm not gonna do anything with it because I got the GameStop one and the Best Buy one, so I want to do something with it. I'll take a look. Apparently, it's National Train Day and National Windmill Day, says Roth. So
Good day for that.
thank you, Radical Defect. Radical Defect says I can get a Pro controller, so I'll do that today. And thank you very much. You know what? I'm not going to do that today.
I'll take that. I'll take that Pro controller.
He didn't do train sound effects, so I got to go with him. Yeah, I'll do that later tonight then. I'd buy that for $1. So Walmart pre-orders. I was snooping around Reddit, various subreddits about Switch 2 pre-orders, and I saw people saying that their Walmart pre-orders were canceled.
Oh boy.
And I was like, let me do my due diligence. And I read through multiple comments and multiple threads about it. And people are like, I thought it was canceled, but it wasn't. I thought it was canceled, but customer service told me there's a glitch on the website and it should be fine. There were people who had them legitimately canceled. There were people who saw like their, you know how like when you place a pre-order, it'll like do the like $5 charge on your card just to see that everything's valid, and then it'll like put that back into your account until you get charged for the full amount. They saw that and thought that their order was canceled, but it wasn't, blah, blah, blah. But some people did get their orders canceled. So I put together a story saying like, if you got a Walmart pre-order, make sure to check it because there might be an issue. I said, chances are you're okay, but just check in because you wouldn't want to be like, oh, I got my Switch 2 pre-order and everything's fine, and then go to pick it up launch day and you're like, oh, they don't have one for me and it's been canceled. So I put the story out there and somebody right away was like, this article is useless and fear-mongering. I was like, I'm not trying to scare. What do I get out of scaring people? I want to help you out. If you think, if you got a Walmart, or if I read an article like that, I'd be like, oh, let me go check my Walmart order. Everything's fine. Thank God. I wouldn't be like, now let me give my 2 cents to that person who wrote that article because my order's fine. I don't understand. It became like this whole big thing on social media. People like arguing both sides of it. And I'm like, I'm so tired of doing articles where I'm like, this will be helpful and nice. And like, it turns into a shovel storm. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Like, it blew my mind that turned into a frenzy on social media.
Basically what you just said. Hey, everybody, check your stuff.
But only for Walmart. So not all your stuff.
I think it's wise for everybody to just check.
I only like fear-mongering Walmart stuff. I check my Best Buy order every day. Yeah. I have the app. I go click it just to check that it's still there. It's still there.
I know my wallet's in my pocket, but I still give it a tap every once in a while. Yeah.
Found a wallet in the parking lot of ShopRite today. We were walking to our car and somebody's wallet was sitting right there in the middle of the parking lot.
To pre-order another.
I did.
Yeah.
Pre-order a sandwich at Jersey Mike's. So yeah, everybody else should be fine. I haven't heard anything since day one about the other retailers, but if you're Walmart, I would still go in and just double check that it's there. Then you can send me your hate mail afterwards if it is there, but just, double check.
It's funny the stories that blow up for good or ill, because that was one that you never thought twice about. Probably
would have never. My only thought when I was doing it was like, let me make sure I get this out there quickly so people can check their order. That was all that I ever thought. And then I went to social media and saw that it was a nightmare. What a nightmare. That's that for crap I want to cover before the regular stuff. Let's do Patreon.
Yes.
Did you know that you could join the GoNintendo Patreon
for $1?
For $1. And you get access to everything for $1. Here's what I talked about this week. Well, we don't need to talk about this. I talked about Thunderbolts, but we're not going to spoil anything. I also talked about how at the time it was only 1 month until the Switch 2 comes out. Now, what are we, 27 days, 26 days, something like that?
Not even close.
Talking about the excitement about the system in general and how, these kind of things for Nintendo nerds don't come around very often. And I think this is the longest we've ever had to wait between systems, because it used to be different when Nintendo was doing portables and consoles. You'd get something.
Now you're going to say you think? Haven't you been speaking with like certainty that this is the longest we've had to wait?
I don't remember ever saying that, I'm going to say, but
I thought we've talked about how this is the longest wait between systems.
I'm pretty sure it is. I can't think of a
Maybe you didn't
longer.
say
Well,
with
it's been
certainty, but
8
we've
plus
talked about it.
years, so I can't think of a longer time than that.
Super Sanchez, hello.
Yeah.
Hi,
Maybe
Super
between the
Sanchez.
love hotels that they built in the 20s and
Yes.
the NES
Yes.
in
Between their playing card games
1985.
and then their first video game system. Those people waited
That was
so
the
long they
longest
literally died. But yeah, I get there's no other. I'm trying. Yeah, when it was portables and consoles, we didn't have to wait all that long. It'd be like every 3 to 5 years or something.
Well,
and
I
then,
mean, I loved the Dreamcast. Still waiting for the next Sega system. I don't know why that's not coming out.
Sega's supporting Switch 2. You got the rim shot.
I don't know where it is.
What about Steam Deck? Could you say that maybe? When's the last time we had a new Steam Deck?
There's only one, so
When that come out?
let's take a look.
Timing is
Right on
everything.
time.
Better late than never.
Steam Deck. It's not extremely long ago.
Hello,
but I don't
William.
know
Thank you
when it came
for
out.
joining in the chat.
See, when you get a laptop, it's so much easier to look at the Discord. Steam Deck came out 2022, so that's not.
No, it's
It's
relatively
not,
new.
Yeah, not that old.
No,
Not that old at all. Is that true? Wubba dubba dub, is that true?
it seems.
I
I have
it's
zero
true.
sense of time ever since 2020.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
last year is still 2019 to me.
Still real to me, damn it. So yeah, it's been 8 years for the Switch to Switch 2. It's been a long time, but that's what happens when you have a successful system. How successful? We will be telling
How
you later
successful is it?
because we got the latest financial report stuff. Yes, hello, William. I hope you're having a great weekend too. It's a great weekend. I got friends here that I don't usually see. I got friends here that I see all the time that I still like seeing. We got cheese and pizzas to eat later today. It's a wrestling thing tonight.
I'm sorry, what?
What's going on? Oh, did you not tell him?
Cheese to pizzas? What did you say?
I told him pizza. I didn't.
Oh my God,
specify.
Nicky Hill, I'm going to show you a picture and you're going to react live.
Did you think we were here for the podcast?
What is a cheese to pizza?
That's not what
oh,
I said.
cheese it pizza. Wow, look
Yes.
at that. Okay.
We have Cheez-It pizzas.
Okay.
2 pepperoni and 2 Italian 4
Numbers,
cheese.
numbers,
And I've had it already, and so is Mom Brain, and we both gave it an 8, but I eagerly await everybody else's review scores. Also, we did buy a box of regular Cheez-Its for you to crumble on top if you want.
Hey.
So
Amazing.
we're going
You
the
haven't
extra
been to
mile.
Taco Bell yet, though, right?
Ever?
It only makes me think of that because they did have a Cheez-It, giant Cheez-It thing
Yes.
for Taco Bell. But I'm just putting it out there.
Did we not tell you that story? Mom Brain ordered that, and like we drove home, and they gave her that, except without the Cheez-It. It wasn't.
Oh,
in
I think
there.
I do
It
remember
was
that,
just
yeah.
Everything else, she's like, "What the hell? The whole reason I bought this was for the Cheez-It."
we need dirty drinks to wash down the.
The
I can
dirty,
make- I
that's
can
what I was
make
gonna
you-
say. The dirty Baja Blast. At least I had the Baja Blast Zero. I think it's hands down the best drink I've ever had.
I have.
Like it for me, phenomenal.
We have
I went to
two-
White Castle and I had their 2 dirty drinks. Did not like them.
White
as
Castle is
much.
extra dirty. We have the creamers and the sodas.
mouse
We could,
droppings.
we
I
could
thought
do
they were
dirty
sprinkles.
sodas. Definitely.
Oh, that's
Cheese.
boba.
It's not cheese nips. Is cheese nips still around, William? Or who said that? Blood Ocean. Cheese nips. I remember eating them as a kid, but I don't know if they're still around. Cheese nips.
Be careful with that Google search.
Guys, the podcast is going to end right now because I got cheese nips to look at. Cheese nips. No, they're dead as of 2020.
Oh.
Goddamn pandemic.
Big cheese.
I
It
would
took
think
them
that
down.
they would have exploded during the pandemic.
That is what happened. It says here that the main building exploded, and that's why they had to close down the shop.
What were the other? They weren't Cheez-Its, but they were a cheese cracker, but they were shaped like I want to say like a pill. What the hell were they? Cheese crackers shaped.
Cheese nips were
They
were
look like
Cheez-It, but
Cheez-Its.
They were
Yeah.
cheese, yeah, just like
knockoffs.
Cheez-Its.
What are
Yeah,
the-
go ahead. Sorry.
I know the ones you're talking
Like
about.
a pill?
Yeah.
They were like rounded.
Cheese
On the
crackers
ends.
that look like a pill.
Oh no, those are like flips or flip sides or whatever.
No,
You're just
no.
claiming nips.
Oh, here they are.
Terrific.
Here they are. cheese
gosh.
tidbits.
That's the
There they
yes,
are.
Yes.
But that's the
Ah.
same. That's still
Haven't had
Nabisco.
those.
Also, could qualify as an extra long nip. Gee, what?
They look more like nips than
They
cheese
do.
nips do.
Eraser
Is
nip.
cheese it Nabisco? So it's the same. It's probably the same.
Are those still around?
Same chemistry.
cheese
Different shape.
tidbit
Pretty
can't
sure they're
be.
gone.
No.
I'm gonna look it up.
There were these 3 cheese snack sticks I really used to like that looked like that.
Well, apparently Ritz has I'm learning about this right now. Ritz has basically the same thing now.
Ritz is Nabisco, so it's the same thing.
Can you swipe over? I want to see what that other thing is.
It's like we're looking at porn.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you want to see grips?
I never
It's
heard
just tiny Cheez-Its. We
Put
saw them
those
today at the
grips
store. It's literally
away.
like,
They're shaped
do you like
feet.
Cheez-Its? Well, how about less of them, smaller, in a tiny package? That's all that it is. It's like, the tiny M&Ms in the tube.
I'll
It's
take
like,
Cheez-Its any size.
all right. I'm not going to argue against that. But cheese tidbits.
Ritz
I
was
want
Nabisco.
to see how long they were around. These
This is the
Mambas
kind
are
of
good.
content Nintendo people are.
This is
after.
every
Mum-
podcast. This is every podcast.
Yeah, we should talk about these
Seriously.
Mambas too. These are
They're
these are
good.
from Deutschland. You said
They're like Haichu, just in a taffy, like a long flat taffy version.
they're very very
Yeah,
tasty.
They're delicious.
The shape was described officially as an elongated pellet.
Mm.
So Pill was wrong. Elongated pellet. Cheese elongated
Need
pellets.
something that sounds more delicious.
What can we call gerbil food to make it sound more appetizing? I can't quickly find how long these were around. I'll let the Discord. I'll leave that to you if somebody could figure that out. No, Blood Ocean, not a derail at all. You know how this podcast goes. I love this stuff.
More cheese than an shortened pellet, I suppose.
What the hell are we talking? Oh, and that we got there from talking about the Switch 2 being available for pre-order. I also talked about mouse mode, which is a new input style on the Switch 2. Each Joy-Con has an optical sensor that lets you control it basically like a mouse. And there's multiple games at Switch 2 launch that will use that, like Civilization 7 and God, I can't ever remember the name. Switch 2 Welcome Tour. That's right?
That is it, isn't it?
I think that's it. I think what always screws me up is Nintendo calls it Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, and I'm like, just drop the Nintendo.
They should do it like a museum where it's like suggested donation for the museum for the Nintendo Switch 2 tour, and you could
just walk in.
you could give the $10 if you want to buy it, or you could just have it on the system because it should be there anyways.
Hi Stevie, good to see you.
I'm I had a mamba in my mouth, but
How about a dad? But
mouse. What is it? Mouse mode?
mouse mode. Oh yeah,
Maybe
before,
think like you play by chewing through the cables.
we need the rim shot.
We got it.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Cyberpunk 2077 uses mouse mode. There's a good amount of games right at launch that use mouse mode in one way or
shooters are
another.
probably right.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond not available at launch, but will use mouse mode. Yeah, and you can change or you can use it on the fly as you see fit. You do not need to go into the options to change it. It's always active, so you just switch to that whenever you feel like doing it. But there are multiple games.
Yeah, and imagine first-person shooters. Would the new Doom game come to the Switch 2? I'm sure it
Doom
would.
and Doom Eternal went to regular Switch, so I would be shocked if this one doesn't come to Switch 2. It seems like a shoo-in. Yeah, I would bet 6 months from now it'll be
Or did I
out.
just see something else is definitely coming to the Switch, or maybe that was clickbait.
If there was only a site you could go to find out.
Your game, Resident Evil. No, that other one. What's the one?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk's coming to Switch 2.
No. Final Fantasy 7
7, yes.
remake, rebirth, remaster.
Okay,
rebuild.
so Remake is 100% coming to Switch 2 this year. And they like Square Enix went like all out and said like the power of the
Remake
Switch
is the
2
first one?
allows them to fully realize Midgar as they intend. I don't know, some BS.
Yeah.
But they also very strongly hinted that Rebirth
Yes.
is also coming to Switch 2, and then the third and final one is also coming to Switch 2.
What's
And
the
then later
third
on,
one?
they did another
Rewind?
video where they were even stronger, hinting that the whole series.
What's the
is
third
coming.
one called? Remember?
I don't know if we know yet.
Remember me?
It's-
Final
reunion- I think
Fantasy
it's
Afterbirth.
reunion.
That's right. I don't know if we know the name of it yet. To tell you, if he doesn't know, forget it. I don't
It
know.
might be. I don't. If it's not official, then I don't know. But maybe
I
reunion.
honestly, I'm not paying attention.
Sephiroth and his like clones are always talking about reunions and that. Probably.
there you maybe your
But that
spiders
would
and
make
flies
sense
could get
then.
us something.
If it's like actually in the content of the game, they're probably going to go out of left field for something ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wasn't
Or-
it called Final Fantasy Better Cheddars?
Elongated cheese pellets. I think
That was just me trying to circle back to Ice Dilbert's Better Cheddars post because that
Third
unlocked some childhood memories for me. So I had to give that a shout out.
I have to look them up.
But those are like pretzels, like cheddar pretzels. Then
Game.
it just says better baked snacks, baked snack crackers.
Yeah, they're not like pretzels. They're in
the official
the
name of the
cheese
third
snack
one.
universe.
Wait,
Radical Defect says redirect.
why does it say rebirth? Wait, what the hell's going on?
I thought Rebirth was the one that
what
just came out.
are these goddamn names? 3 Final Fantasy 7 game names. Come on, Google AI.
Redesign.
Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Yeah.
Is that true? So the first one was the first
they're
remake
talking
was
about
called
the
Remake,
original.
yeah, and then Rebirth, and then there's nothing after that, so we don't know the name.
We don't know.
We don't know.
My money's on Reunion.
I
saying.
do
saying
really like Afterbirth. Though, I
remember.
want to say that. Remember.
Well,
is
I mean,
very
if we're talking about hilarity, then yes, Afterbirth.
good. Tony De La Mancha says rewind, so that's that could
Replay.
be- it's rewind time.
Yeah, replay.
Replay. All right. So anyway, the mouse mode crap. We've seen so many companies already announce the accessories that they're making for Switch 2, like controllers and screen protectors and grips and all that stuff. But no one has revealed mouse mode accessories, like a shell to make the Joy-Con more like a mouse when you're holding it. And I was like, where the hell are these things? So I did some research, and a whole bunch of people have already 3D printed their own options. So people obviously want something like this. It's just, as far as I can tell, accessory manufacturers aren't making yet. Ice Dilbert found one on Amazon, but it had no date, and it said it had no date, and the company name wasn't there, and it said something like discontinued. So I didn't even come out yet, and it's discontinued. But I'm just shocked with all the other stuff that they've already announced. All these third-party accessory manufacturers, they haven't done a mouse mode thing. So hopefully between now and launch, we'll see something. But like I said, multiple games are going to use that mode. I know I'm going to use that mode. So I don't know how comfortable holding a Joy-Con like that is going to be. Reports have made it seem like it is quite comfortable, but still, I need to go hands-on for myself to find out. And I might want some sort of grip, like when I play Mario Kart. Oh, this is a great question. We're all getting Mario Kart. Are you getting Mario Kart?
I think so.
Nicky Hill,
Yeah,
Grimbles,
yeah.
Deux, myself, all getting Mario Kart World. When you play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, are you regular controls or are you motion controls?
Regular.
Regular.
Because I'm motion and I use like a wheel. So I like for
Like the old Wii, like the Wii wheel thing, like that kind
I have a
of
Joy-Con
motion?
wheel, but yeah. And
It's
they're
funny,
doing
the guy
never
that
tried
doesn't
it.
like to drive IRL uses the wheel to drive Mario Kart.
yeah, video games. It doesn't matter.
Man, I give you
Is
a
that
lot of
Shy
credit for that. That's I
Sounded
find
like
that
Mario
difficult.
Cat.
I didn't. What's that? A cat?
He was a
Mario
cat in
Cat,
Super
yeah.
Mario 3D
Well,
World.
I'm hoping you still can do like the cat skins, right?
I don't.
Do that in Mario Kart.
Man, we got so many
Mario Kart
game-related questions this
8
podcast. Having you guys around
Deluxe?
is good. It's like we talk about video games. Mario Kart World.
That would
cat
be awesome if you
skin.
could do a Mario Kart cat skin, and then you get put in like the plastic ball, so you just run the whole track. Be exhausting.
Meow. So I
Thanks,
don't.
Sonic. Nobody cares about you, Sonic.
Nobody
Beep, beep.
cares. Oh, I don't see cat stuff for World yet, but it was
about
in
butt
8
stuff?
Deluxe and it was in Tour. What'd you say?
That's what I was thinking.
What'd you say?
So what about butt stuff?
Oh, okay. That is what you said. Just making sure.
Yeah. Well, what's up with the menu? People are complaining about the menus too, right? Did we talk about that? 2 weeks ago?
I don't know. This is news to me, unless I'm forgetting. Fill me in. People are
I-
complaining about Mario Kart World's menus.
Yeah, I saw something where like You know how you usually
I got
click
an
on
idea. Play the game.
you click on a character
Yes.
and then you can change all their outfits or all of their
Yes.
looks.
yes.
Well, in this, like every one of their options was a separate character. So like you'd have there's like page after page after page after page after page of characters to choose from.
I'm gonna say that's not true because
saw it on the internet. So
let's because if you had like
it would be crazy.
maybe like if you pick like a Mario and it takes you to another page of all the Marios,
Yeah.
okay. But just like a basic roster selection where you're like page 82 to get to like Cat Mario.
I don't
can't
remember how
imagine
big the
that'd be
pages or how many pages there
Although
were.
I
but-
didn't watch that Mario Kart World Direct, so I don't know. There you go. Thank you, Ice Dilbert. There, if you're in the Discord, you can see the mouse mode thing that we were talking about. Yes, that's what I thought, Drake. It covers the buttons. Yeah, so it'd have to be a mouse mode that doesn't use the Y button or any of the buttons. But 3D printed options don't cover the buttons. And there's I posted a few of them actually. There's a few of them out there, but
That would be
shall
weird
see.
to use those buttons anyway, wouldn't it? Because they're on the side. I would think that the two trigger buttons were like your main inputs there.
yeah, but I have a vertical mouse that I use, and it's got buttons on the back and the front. I use one with my thumb.
How many
and the other
buttons?
two-
Yeah, keep doing that.
I'm very good with these two fingers on it. I double click the mouse, and then Wait, what did you ask me? What do I do with what?
Oh yeah, well it covers all the buttons on.
Yeah,
the,
there
on the
are
left
games that
control.
will just use mouse mode where it's just literally click and move the mouse. Like there's that game from Nitrome that I don't remember the name of. Mouse Works. I don't remember, but that's literally just click and move the mouse to play that game. So there's games it would work for, but it's the same thing as like playing with a game in the wheel. Like Mario Kart, you can get away with it because it's got the buttons on the back of the wheel, but there'll be other driving games where you need more buttons and you can't use motion control wheel or anything like that. So
We need a new Mario Paint.
That's what I said.
I know,
yeah.
man. I know.
It has to come. I feel like
Yeah,
it
you know
has
what?
to come.
I said that same thing when they did the 3DS, and I was like, "Well, finally, Wario Land Virtual Boy can come out on on something else other than the Virtual Boy," and it never happened. And I do not understand how they did not do that. So you would think Mario Paint would be a shoe-in for this. To be fair, I thought Mario Paint would be a really good fit for the Wii U, but they never did it there either. So I don't know. I'm
Could you
with
sing
you.
us that tune from Mario Paint, or is that not?
I
fit for
remember all of them. So which one are you talking about?
It wasn't it the robot one?
Oh, that's you picked the one that I have trouble singing because it's not really like a song you sing.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
that's
still
good.
want. Still want
What's
to hear.
the,
Still want to hear. it.
I could play the song for you.
He's embarrassed.
Senior Toot, what's his name? The
Sebastian Toot.
Sebastian Toot.
Senior Toot.
Seabass Toot.
So I'm thinking of like, what if they did an art game that was not specifically Mario art, but it was like something Nintendo art. It would be a paintbrush. It would be teaching you things instead of a baton, right? He was a baton.
He was a human man.
Oh, he was.
He was a me. He was a me, but he was a. Well, no, he wasn't a me. He was some weird Muppet thing. Look him up. Look at us talking about all this Nintendo stuff. This is crazy.
This is amazing.
Sebastian Toot, who I really want them to bring back. Yeah, look at him. Look at this Muppet freak.
Well, now he's not going to come back.
Oh,
if you
there
keep
you go.
he's a
talking.
me. He's a
about
me
him
with,
like
with a
this.
little extra.
Yeah, but
pizzazz.
he's got like the
the judges.
South Park, Terrence and Phillip mouth.
Oh,
He's Canadian.
Flip top.
He's Canadian. Sebastian Toot, very French Canadian name, of course.
He's a
He looks like
Canadian George Washington.
it looks like the long lost triplet of those Muppets, the two Muppets that like argue.
Waldorf,
that, like-
Statler, and Sebastian.
Yeah.
Yes, he was in everybody's favorite game, Wii Music, and then was never. Oh, he's in Smash Brothers after that, but just as like a trophy. Be like, remember this freak? But I don't
But
know.
you can
that he's
imagine
been in
like a
anything
character like that, but with a Bob Ross haircut. Maybe if they can get that, squeeze that in there.
I mean,
you
it'd be
know,
great
for-
if they
to
just
be the
did
instructor of the art.
Mario Paint 2 and gave Mario a Bob Ross look.
since. Mm.
That would be
Mhm,
funny.
yeah.
Mhm.
They would never, obviously, but
No, they probably bring back.
I wonder
If
what
I
that
know
would
my
look like.
Nintendo,
I wonder if maybe Crazy Colonel can.
he's already got.
man,
like,
he already
5
threw
things to
like
draw.
everything he possibly could at the drawing he did last week. It was like an amalgamation of like all the stupid stuff that we said. And now it's going
Oh
to
my
happen to him
God,
again.
that was so funny.
was really good.
That was really great.
Mario Paint. if they bring back Mario Paint, you would think they'd make Mario the mascot or the whatever of it director, but that's not
it's
how Nintendo
called.
operates.
But
I
wouldn't
bet they would
you-
bring back Nicky from Swap Note. That would be my guess because she's already done that kind of stuff, and we haven't seen her in a
I
while.
don't even remember who Nikki is.
She was the Swap Note lady with the red glasses and
Swamp
everything.
Note. Let me look this up.
Yeah, Swamp Note. Look up
Dark
Swamp
Nicky.
Note.
Is it with a Y or an I?
Both.
Two Ks.
Oh, Nikki. Swap Note Nicky. And then Rule 34 after that, and she should come up.
Oh,
There she is.
Oh,
That's the right one. This is a made-up one.
she's kind of got an old mom brain style
Not
to her.
Unlike Mom Brain, I'll
Back
agree
in
with that.
Mom Brain's culottes age when she was always wearing culottes.
Yeah, that's why we started dating. You're right. So that'd be my guess. But yes,
Days.
I agree. Mario Paint seems like it would be a shoe-in for Switch 2, especially with mouse mode there. I still have my Mario Paint mouse and like the plastic mouse pad that they had back in the day. Like yeah, exactly.
You're gonna need to see that.
It's literally just a piece of gray plastic, like hard
I think I have
plastic.
mine somewhere
I remember like using that mouse and like every 20 minutes, like taking it apart to get like fuzz and hairs out of the mouse because of the rollerball and everything. And I was like, this is the greatest game ever. Remember, that's what I got instead of Night Trap because my mom heard that the politicians were talking about Night Trap and I
Man.
shouldn't be able to play it.
I know we've talked about that story a lot, but
Formative memory.
it actually worked out great
Mm-hmm.
because you haven't. I mean, where are you going to get Mario Paint? You know, today, whereas like you can go on the Switch eShop and get.
You're exactly right. You
Night
could
Trap.
get
Sorry,
Night
what were-
Trap right now.
Politicians talking about it, using it as like
Masturbatory.
I was gonna say as like a how-to,
Masturbatory.
like an instructional video.
How to kidnap people? How to kill people?
Kidnap, right? Kidnap.
They
and
killed them too.
Pizza.
They did both.
Pizzagate.
No, there's no Pizzagate. No. There was what's her face from Different Strokes. Rest in peace. You know, Dana.
Plato.
There you go. She was in that. She's the one that like talked directly to you, who was supposed to be the guy in the
Man.
truck, but she'd like look at the camera and
She's
be like,
the old lady. Wait, from what show?
Different Strokes.
Oh, Different Strokes. Why
She
I
was
thinking
the
about
non-black one in Different Strokes, not the old white guy. Right? She was Different Strokes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I when you said Different Strokes, for some reason I was thinking that other show with
Perfect Strangers.
No, with all the girls living in the house with the old lady.
Golden
Yeah.
Facts of Life.
Yes,
Facts
Facts
of
of
Life.
Life. I don't know why I was. All those
Yes,
young,
with
those three young women living with that one old lady. Yeah. that's
hey,
Golden
we're getting
Girls.
old. We're getting old. So,
I think we might.
and
be
George
older
Clooney
than-
was in that show.
than they were when
We're
they started.
probably there.
George Clooney was on Facts of Life.
Facts of Life.
He
I
was
don't
the
know
guy who
why
came in and fixed
That
stuff.
is what I thought of when you said.
He
Different
fixed Mrs.
Strokes.
Garrett when she was in need some fixing. If you know what I
I bet
mean.
he did.
Girls.
Mrs. Garrett was Captain Crunch. Confirmed.
So that's that on that crap. I also talked about quick time events in video games. There's been some games lately that use quick time events. We don't see it as often as we used to, but it's still a thing. What are you looking at?
I was just looking at the time. We
Uh,
are doing great.
We're good, yeah. Quick time events used to be a big thing in like the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era, and they're still in games now, but not as much as they used to be. But I played Mario and Luigi Brothership, and then I'm playing Claire Obscure right now, and both of them use QuickTime events pretty heavily. And I don't know if I'm getting old or if developers are getting meaner, but I feel like the QuickTime events are like too quick. I was playing Claire Obscure, and like it pops up, the prompt pops up on the screen, and before I can even like register what I need to do, it disappears, and I'm like, son of a bitch. And like I try to prepare for it the next time, and I'm having trouble. And I was asking other people, like, if you're playing these games, have you had trouble with it? And some of them said yes, they thought it was too fast too. So either we're all getting old, or maybe there's something to
they're
it.
called quick times. They're not
And there's
called
an
slow
option in the game to turn it
times.
off. You can turn off all quick times if you want.
I
But
had trouble back with Resident Evil 4. And those were
yes,
not
I
that-
remember
they
a
were
lot
not
of
that
people
fast.
on
Heavily.
Patreon in the comments brought that game up specifically
Oh, really?
for quick time events.
So maybe I
yes.
wasn't. Maybe I was.
Because
in,
you and what's his face with the knife fight and all that. You remember
Krauser.
there you go.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, I failed a couple of those quick time. And there's the one where you're like running from the boulder down the.
I just
thing.
never,
Yeah,
I never
fighting a
remember
giant
the
fish.
layout of a controller. I still to this day.
It is impressive
don't
how much you
know-
don't know that.
Yeah, and I have to look every single time, even if I've been hitting that same button.
Mhm. You need more
What?
games like Donkey Kong.
What?
Uh,
What's so funny?
Nothing.
So I was basically just trying to see if anybody else was having
I
trouble
find it
like I was,
eventually.
and I'm not alone. But yeah, Claire Obscura, I said, like, in that game in particular, the game is so flashy, and the QuickTime events don't like when Nintendo does QuickTime events in games. Usually they'll use button prompts on the screen that like stand out from everything else. But in Claire Obscura, they just kind of there's so much going on, and the QuickTime event like is on the screen, but it kind of just mixes in with everything else, so it's harder to notice. I need something to like get my attention more. So I'm, it doesn't make me fail the attack that I'm trying to do, but you get bonus points for if or your attack is stronger if you manage to do it. But I'm
Weren't those
having trouble.
games? What is is Heavy Rain a game, or is that just the movie with
Heavy
Christian
Rain is
Slater?
correct, Jason.
Yeah,
Did
that
we
was
not
all.
have that on the soundboard.
We don't have that.
That was
Are you
all.
kidding me?
That's all quick times, right? Essentially,
That is walking around,
quick time.
making menu selections, and only quick times. Yeah,
Mm.
that's it. You don't. There's no like. From what I remember, there's no aiming or shooting or anything like that. Yeah, it's all quick time events. But I played that at the beginning to end. I don't remember it being difficult. I should play it now and see if I could still do it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm having a hard time with like subtitles and things that flash up on the screen and in movies and stuff. I can't do it.
you're having trouble reading.
Keeping up, like I feel like I feel
okay,
like it's
okay.
the people who are editing it are like trying to keep time and stuff like that, and then like they know what it says because they put it there, so they don't care what anybody else.
and you're
gets out of
watching
it.
in your living room.
And I'm like, I don't in my living room or well, by the time the light gets from my TV to
Yeah,
my
I'm just
couch, yes, I
curious.
get it. But also in the theater, anywhere there's images, I'm having a hard time. Billboards can't read them too fast.
Maybe you just need to go see the eye doctor.
He's got it.
Well, the electronic billboards, those things really make me angry because like you're far away and you're like, I want to see what that says, but by the time you get there, it's gone.
I agree.
Yeah.
There will be ones that I want to see, and my eyes suck. And by the time I get close enough, it's some other ad.
And I'm supposed to be focusing on the road. They don't want me on my phone.
Well, I'm a passenger princess, and I still can't see what's going on. So it's embarrassing.
What kind of important stuff are you missing on billboards? Like
New snack
lawyers,
announcements.
phone
New
numbers.
snack announcements.
I don't know what I'm missing because it's,
Hoagie
Hoagie Fest. Yeah, that's a Hoagie. See, you get it. You
I mean,
understand.
they make them, they design them with these images to get your attention. They want you focusing on the road, but they're also going to distract you any chance they get.
It's too distracting. You're
It's
right. They should just give me 5 seconds more, and I should be okay.
Yeah.
Everybody wins. The
or
ad gets seen
cycle them
longer.
through quicker. No, but they gotta maximize their dollars.
Wait, cycle them through quicker.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it would help.
Slow it. No. I mean, like they've got like
Just make them faster.
You know what? Either
No,
slow
I
them
mean-
down or make them faster.
I mean, they've got like I don't even know how many they have. 10 in a rotation. Like you're never gonna see the one that you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
So if there's only like 2 or 3 in it, maybe it's gonna come back up by the time you get up to the actual billboard.
Oh, so like when it
Not to
okay,
mention,
but you're
when
gonna have to read it
driving
quick.
at night, oh my god, those things are bright, right?
I don't drive, so I don't know.
Sorry, I'm getting old.
You do drive a lot.
Woo.
We are all getting old. I mean, we just had a podcast a few weeks ago where
There was
we
some
were
of them-
trying to talk about something and none of us could remember the name.
There's a billboard like I've recently seen, and it was like a Dunkin' Donuts ad or something. Not that I needed it, but it was like the colors of like yellow, like the orangish and like just white or whatever with like a It was.
That was
it
a
was
fire.
like a beacon. It was so ridiculously bright, and in like when the whole world is dark.
Wow,
I know.
that is dark.
This
But that's the
episode
one that
brought to
stuck
you
with
by
you, so
Dunkin'.
it did
There
its
you
job.
We're talking about it, right?
Also, I talked about franchises in games that you don't follow anymore. So ones you used to be really into and play everything that happened or came out, and then eventually you were like, not for me anymore. I said Kingdom Hearts because I loved Kingdom Hearts. I played the first one. I played Chain of Memories on GBA, and I really liked that. And then I played the second one, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. This
Then
story
it got
is way
really
too
convoluted,
confusing.
right?
Yeah. And then there were more
notoriously.
spin-offs, and then the story in Kingdom Hearts is insanity. Like I should not be able to better understand a Hideo Kojima game than a Disney game. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It hit a point where I was like, there's just too many, and I don't know what's going on. Like, so much of these games is related to story, and I have no clue what's going on in the story. So I would like to get into Kingdom Hearts again, but I've missed like 5 games, and there's no chance I'm gonna. They're all sequels or spin-offs, yeah. And it bounces back and forth between like this one happened before everything else did, and this one happened in between 3 and the next one that's coming out. And,
Gorsh.
Sorry. Thank you. That's that was the one that came to mind for me right away. Does anybody else have a franchise they used to play, multiple installments of it, and they eventually fell out of?
Legend of Zelda.
Lies.
I start playing them and I don't finish them.
That's you with every game.
You finished Echoes of Wisdom?
No.
Where'd you stop?
Okay.
Oh,
I finished.
Careful. He's playing it now.
I finished the first. I don't even know if I got through are they dungeon? I don't even know. Yeah,
you don't know
the first section.
And we went to a press event together.
Yeah. No, it was the first.
Nintendo's gonna be like, not inviting this guy anymore.
I went into the whatever you call it.
I don't know if I ever talked to you about this.
I'm not welcome.
I'm going to talk about it on the podcast. Do you think some of the people at that event that were with Nintendo were mad at us? Because like we were having a great time.
No.
Okay.
Is there a reason?
Okay.
No, I got no reason. I'm just wondering because I feel like
you?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Never
I didn't get any feedback like that.
No.
I just feel like we are very unabashedly or unashamedly ourselves.
You think like we interrupted other people's game time with it?
Well, we're having like fun and joking around and laughing and playing the game and having a good time, and everybody else is very
the
like
other people may have gotten a little upset because they're recording content for like in the middle of that, and so like maybe in the background you hear like, "Whoa, a bed! I can do this all day long."
That's the other point. Like we were doing the dumbest stuff and really enjoying it, but yeah, they're like, somebody's fighting a boss and we're like, you can climb inside a pot and move around in it. Well, we had fun.
And maybe if like the people who were running the event, because they're trying to like guide you through it, and it's just kind of like, shut up. I'm goofing around here.
Usually when I don't remember who was in the room that day, but usually when I go, it's me and it's like, it'll be like the New York Times or like USA Today or like, outlets that are like professional, and it's me and I just act how I act. And I'm like, these people are very uncomfortable right now, but I'm just like, I'm giving my genuine reaction because, you have like 5 Nintendo ninjas sitting in the background watching you, like taking notes while you're playing this stuff. So I want to like be genuine in how I feel about what's going on. And
I think we enjoyed it. I think that was part of the plan.
I go to this alone. Neither of you came with me to the Switch press. Did you come?
I did.
Yeah. Did you play Bomberman with me and JC?
I may have. Otherwise, I just watched you play it.
JC Rodrigo, who's still at Nintendo. I know him pretty well. We were playing Bomberman. This was at the Switch event before the Switch came out. So it was a press event to be like, here's the Switch when we've got first hands on with Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. Yes. And we were playing everything, and JC eventually was. I was just BSing with him, and he's like, "Let's go play Bomberman, whatever, Super Bomberman R, whatever it was called."
So
and we were having
private room.
We were having a ton of fun, and we were laughing and screaming, and like it was just a great time. And somebody came over to JC and whispered in his ear, and JC leaned over to me and said, "We have to stop having fun. They're getting mad at us." So we got up and stopped playing and like went and talked, but. That stuck with me. Like I was with somebody from Nintendo. I figured like, well,
that's strange. Don't you think they want people to play the games to have fun?
I think they were thinking we were getting a little too rowdy, but we were having fun playing the game. I don't know.
I mean, maybe because people aren't paying attention over here playing the game, they're looking over there. Oh, what are they doing?
Oh, what's that fun experience? I don't want any of that. So that's why I was thinking about it. But you can say whatever you want about Echoes of Wisdom because he's very far ahead of you.
Well, how'd you have so much fun at the event playing for 20 minutes and then you were just like, that's it. So you have to start going over his house and watch him play.
Yeah,
we could do that.
That's a big thing.
I don't know. TV's awfully far away.
Well, I meant watch him play to tell him while he's on the couch what to do. You'll be closer to the TV.
Gecko Kitsune.
Go right.
Gecko Kitsune, is this Forrest Gump gif because you think my haircut looks like Forrest Gump? Because I thought about that before I left the house.
Well,
So,
now we're all going to
thanks
think
for that.
So yes, so you said Zelda, but does anybody else have any franchises?
I don't really care about Street Fighter the way I used to.
You know, when I wrote this post, I almost wrote Street Fighter because I used to be really into it too, like Street Fighter 2 and Third Strike, and like I used to play a lot of those games, and then I eventually it's not like I was like I'm having a bad time or anything. I just kind of fell off, I guess. And it's odd because you think now you'd be more into them because you can play online. Like you always have somebody to play against, whereas before you had to have a friend or a brother or somebody around to like versus each other. Otherwise, you're just playing against the computer.
I was playing one of the newer ones, but it took so long to get into a new fight after finishing one.
Oh,
and I couldn't sit through it.
I played 5.
I think that's the one I was playing.
And it wasn't bad, but it just, I don't know. It just didn't really get me. 6 is coming to it's coming to Switch too. I don't remember if it's launched or not, but I'm not gonna buy it, but I was thinking like I haven't played Street Fighter in a while. Maybe I should check it out. But yeah, but I used see, now it's gonna happen. I used to religiously play
Didn't they just
Street
do
Fighter.
like a special thing with Street Fighter, like within the last
Tell me
5 years
more
or something?
What do you mean?
There was a release, but it was like a retro-ish.
Yeah, they've done a few of those. I want to say there's 2 of them on the Switch where it's like compilations of like
or maybe
Street Fighter 2,
Maybe
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Street Fighter Alpha.
Or maybe the Switch, like when the Switch launched, there was like a new Street Fighter game or
3DS.
something. Oh my gosh,
Yep.
that's so long ago.
That's where I played 5.
Have they reissued Street Fighter EX plus Alpha? Do you remember that one?
Man, what? I swear to God,
I
you and I
loved that
have
game.
so many connection points on weird stuff. I loved that game as well.
We got one under the table.
My connection's growing right now. I used to rent that nonstop. I would play that so much and against nobody but the computer.
Was it like a math game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love numbers.
Calculus.
Street Fighter X plus Alpha?
Come on.
EX plus Alpha.
It
was on PlayStation 1.
Even more so.
Yes. Let me see.
It teaches you algebra. I mean, I'll try it.
It is not a math game. It's believe it or not, a fighting game. I'm looking to see if it re-released. What was it about that one that we loved it so much?
Well, I can't speak if this was unique to that game, but it had that combo meter that you could fill up and kind of you could do like crazy special moves.
The game is part of the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on the Switch. There you go. So this is perfect. I should have wrote about Street Fighter because this shows how little attention I've been paying to Street Fighter. Yeah, I remember really, really liking that game a lot. I don't know if maybe it had something to do with it being like, the next evolution of the series on PlayStation. Like, we weren't used to that at the time.
Was it the first Street Fighter that you could, it wasn't just left to right. You could there was depth.
Jump between. I don't remember. I know you can do that, but we could get it for $10 right now on Switch. 12 games, 1
sold
package. Let's see what's in there.
But did you fall out? I'm sorry if you already said this. Did you fall out of it because it got too repetitive? It lost its
repetitiveness. Is my job.
Later installments of the game just got more boring.
No, I just think what I was playing games for wasn't fighting games anymore.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah,
we used to play a lot of fighting games when I was in a room with my friends.
Right.
Yep. Now he has no friends.
You were saying costumes weren't sexy enough for you too, right?
Yeah.
That your friends would
cover
wear in the room.
Yeah, there's too much.
I want more nude Blanca.
Yeah.
Here's what's in that collection: Street Fighter, the original.
Mhm.
Street Fighter 2.
They made a sequel to that?
Championship Edition, Turbo, the new Challengers, Tournament Battle, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Then there's Street Fighter Alpha, Warrior's Dreams, Street Fighter.
Is that really what it's
Yes.
called? Yes.
Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter 3 New Generation, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Did you
Why?
say EX plus
Why?
alpha in there?
I didn't, and this is the wiki page, so now I'm extra confused.
What a weird
I
subtitle.
don't think it's in there.
You know what I should do? What I should always do when I have a question, I just go to the Discord because they are much smarter than I am. Is Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha available on any modern platforms? Discord chat, is this real? I need to know. I think Google AI may have farted me on that one. But
Do
yeah,
I have to be?
I felt a slight itch to get back into Street Fighter, but haven't pulled the trigger yet. Who'd you play as in Street Fighter?
Usually Ken or Ryu. Ken.
Oh, okay. All right.
What does that say about me?
You're
You're a
an
basic
American.
bitch.
You're a warm-blooded American. I used to play as Chun-Li or Blanca.
Oh, you didn't have to pick a character that was from the country you were from?
You did not.
I was always Balrog.
Who was the guy in EX Plus Alpha that had like the green gi? He was like a boss guy.
I don't.
He had a really good special move. And I used to play as
Reptile.
him a lot.
Reptile. My knowledge is so bad past like the original Street Fighter 2. Green, all I think of is he's not a boss though. Fei Long, I know could wear a green outfit, but it's not
no.
Fei Long. And it's the famous line from Street Fighter. You find that out, and I will move on. The last thing I talked about on Patreon was what games on Switch you want to see get free upgrades on Switch 2. As Nintendo has announced, there's a host of
was
games.
like, This is
What games on Switch
What games on Switch
do you want to see get free updates on Switch 2?
It sounded like this is. Let me show you something.
Don't do what
I
Johnny
do.
Don't does. So, like, there's Switch 2 editions of game, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are getting Switch 2 editions. Metro Prime 4 Beyond, or I'm forgetting ones, but there's that, and those are paid upgrades. But then there's games that are getting free updates to add extra features or run better on Switch 2, like Clubhouse games or Echoes of
Cheese.
Wisdom. Or Link's Awakening, or Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. All those are getting free updates that will make the game run smoother, look better, and add in features potentially. Like Clubhouse Games is going to be compatible with game chat, so we could all play. What's the game that's sorry but not called sorry?
Ludo.
Ludo. We could all play Ludo together. There's card games that you can play together where each screen will show you like only your stuff. So you can't do that as it is now, but if you're all in separate homes through game chat, you will be able to do that. So I was asking people what other games they want to see get free updates on Switch, but I asked that, or on Switch 2, I asked that last night, and I have not read your answers yet. So I will be responding to you tonight. The character is
Akuma.
Oh, Akuma, the major player. And you remember green? I remember him as blue.
Yeah, it was like a turquoise-ish.
I should have. You said boss, and I should have. He's the boss in Street Fighter. Akuma's the guy. Before it was M. Bison.
Yeah, I was laughing about Chunka.
Chunka. Oh, I need to go to this one.
Wait, so he
Akuma
was the
Chunka.
Akuma was the boss before M. Bison was the boss?
No, Akuma was the boss after.
In the same game, though. Okay,
No.
like Goro and Seng Shung? No, okay. In storyline.
Subsequent entries in
What
the
about
franchise.
Saget? Bob Saget, where does he come in? Sagat, sorry.
Bob Sagat.
Because he was bad
Sagat
too,
was
right?
never a boss, but
Okay.
So boss literally M. Bison Street Fighter 2. Akuma was a boss in multiple Street. Akuma's like one of the big bosses in Street
He
Fighter.
was the inspiration for that Lion King song, right?
Akuma Matata.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. What a wonderful boss.
Sagat was sort of a boss, wasn't he? He wasn't.
Sagat.
he
You
was
fought
like-
him towards the end. You had to clear out
Yeah,
other
you
characters.
couldn't play
It's
as
like a
him.
mid boss.
Would you play as him?
Not in 2 flat out, but in
Okay.
Championship Edition Turbo, all that stuff.
Back
yes.
when mid meant halfway.
Yes.
through a level.
And then
Well,
those
what are-
games, subsequent games added like Cammy and Fei Long, like I said.
yes,
and
Cammy.
yes, we all remember Cammy
Let's,
very well.
Just take a
Very well.
moment to hope that everybody's okay out there with all these sirens going on. If anyone
These
can
microphones
hear
aren't
it,
that good. I don't
Okay,
think they'll be
then
able to hear it, but
just wanna-
What does the M in M Bison stand
Mister.
for? Oh, well, that's easy.
Mike.
Mr. Mike Bison is what it really is. That's literally what it's from. That's because in Japan, M Bison
Balrog.
is Balrog. Yeah. And they were too worried that when they brought it over here that there'd be a rights dispute or an IP dispute. So they just switched the two characters. They're like, we'll keep the name and just make it the other characters. So yes, it was
Wow.
literally Mike Bison. That is correct. Spot on. Sagat was the boss in Street Fighter 1, right? Says Fluff another. It was Bison, but as Grimbles said, yes, you had to and Vega? Did you have to
Vega was a boss.
Vega
Vega was
was
around,
And
yeah.
Balrog was a boss, wasn't he? The boxer.
It might have been those
'Cause you had
trio,
to beat
right?
the normal like players, and then you would play Sagat, and Balrog, and Vega, and then Bison.
Yeah, see, I
Sounds right.
considered them. I considered everyone but M Bison like henchmen. So they're
yeah,
better than the
yeah.
regular fighters, but they're not the
Like
boss.
mini bosses?
Mini boss.
Mini boss, yeah, exactly. Yes, Vega's music is amazing. Radical
Yeah.
Defect. I mean, Street Fighter 2 soundtrack in general is really good.
Can you sing that one since we didn't
But
get the
I-
Mario Paint song?
You
sung?
go back and rewind. I did the song. And
Yeah, I caught it.
thank you. Yes, I can
Okay.
do Vegas
It's okay.
song.
I'm glad it
All right, that's it.
Thank you.
I hope we got some Street Fighter music today.
We'll have to wait. and
Oh, he's
see.
too good. He's too good. All right, join the Patreon for $1. That's that. Let's get to regular old ass news.
We got there.
We got there. We did it. Oh, he's good. Finally. This guy's on. All right. What do we got? As you know, it's a pretty big time for Nintendo right now. There's a lot of stuff going on, but we will get through this stuff as quickly as possible. There are not too many things I'm going to spend too much time on. You know what? Let me just get the big one out of the way. So Nintendo's fiscal year wrapped, and we have our update on million sellers and Switch sales in general and all that good stuff. So let me give you just the most important details. Switch is officially at 152.12 million units sold so far. So still killing it, still doing well, but obviously slowing down. I mean, the system's 8 years old now, so that's why Switch 2 is coming around. DS sold 156 million, so it's closing in on the DS. It will surpass the DS, and it will be Nintendo's #1 selling system, without a doubt. We just need most likely one more fiscal year to get there. Not not the full year, but it'll get there. Now, will it get to the PS2 number? Depends on how many times Sony keeps saying there's a new number. So it was 140 something. Then Sony was like it was 150 something. And then when Nintendo got close to that, Sony was like, oh, it's 160 million. So I don't know if it's going to happen, but it will definitely be Nintendo's best-selling system of all time.
I bet you the CEO of PlayStation has like a whole bunch in his garage that he bought for like his relatives. Keeps buying a
Still
bunch.
buying them.
Every time Nintendo
They
puts
keep
out their
checking.
updated number, they're like, you got to buy more. Go out and buy more.
They actually, I think they keep checking like eBay and stuff like that to see what is being resold as well, and they're counting those numbers too.
That's right. And they just keep reselling it to themselves, too. It's
Yeah.
like 3 guys at Sony. They just keep passing them back and forth. The total number of million sellers on the Switch during this fiscal year was a whopping 24. 24 games sold over a million units. Thank you. We won't do that stuff because that's boring. I will give you the million sellers updates, though, because that stuff I think is fun. If you don't, I'm sorry. Super Mario Party Jamboree has sold 7.5 million so far. So that
Wow.
sucker's cranking.
That just came out
I know.
when?
That one's killing it. It was
November.
we played it at the same event. No, it was a different event. It was a later event.
No, that was the same event.
Was it?
Yeah.
Echoes of Oh my
We
god.
went
So
up-
that sucker's
we
really
didn't go
new.
upstairs. Maybe we just went around the corner.
Oh, we went downstairs.
Oh,
Where did...
yeah, it was the same event.
It was.
It was
Because we played Zelda first and then Mario, and they were like, And they were like, "You guys are the best Mario players, right?" That guy said that. He was like, "No team in Mario Party has worked this well together."
I mean, he came over down by me. He was like, "What the heck are you doing here?"
Then he shook our hands
Do
and
you
then
even
he
know what a
kissed
game
us.
controller is?
You won one of the games.
After I horribly
I don't
lost
care about
the
any of
other
that. I don't care. You won one of the games.
one. I did. I don't remember it, but yeah, I did it.
You did. Yeah. What one was it?
I
Wasn't
don't
the
remember.
marathon one? Oh, it's the first to win 3 mini games. You won that one.
Okay, yeah.
And I blew it. And then we got to that one where with the 8 people where you got to, what was it, volleyball or something? That was so much fun, but we sucked at it. Where you pass the ball over the net to each
you
other.
had to pass
was
it
good.
one to the next, and
That
that was
was
an
good.
interesting relay.
So anyway, 7.5 million on that one. Yeah, so that's quick. That came out like around holiday season last year. That game's doing really good. Echoes of Wisdom is at 4 million so far. 1,000 Year Doors at 2.1 million. If you'll remember, that has outsold the original Paper Mario, the 1,000 Year Doors. So you did it, remake people. You outsold the original. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is at a whopping 68 million units, and I think it sold another. It's like 4 to 6 million in this fiscal year, so that sucker won't stop. That's crazy. Animal Crossing New Horizons is at 47 million. Smash Brothers is at 36 million. Breath of the Wild is at 32 million. Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey is at 30 million. Pokemon. Oh, here you go, dude. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are now the second best-selling Pokemon games of all time. They've done it.
Cool. Thank goodness.
They're at
Can we pause that?
26.79 million. They beat Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is the other entry on Switch, which is at 26.72 million. So very close. But to put that in perspective, Sword and Shield released over 3 years ago. So at a 3-year head start, and Scarlet and Violet has just surpassed them. So that's nuts. The original Red, Green, and Blue are the #1 best-selling Pokemon games with 31 million. So close. And with the upgrades coming to Switch 2, there's a chance that it could become the best-selling Pokemon game of all time.
So the original, with all the Pokemon that's out there, the original Pokemon games are still the best sellers.
Yeah, that was like an absolute phenomenon.
But
like
that's
that
weird, isn't it?
Weird what?
That is weird.
That was like an insane system seller.
Yeah,
Like,
but I know,
and that
but
was
like
at the
for-
end of the Game
that
Boy's
many
life.
people
It
to
gave the
buy
Game
it-
Boy like another 5 years.
For that many people to buy it, and then the numbers still have never matched up. It's like
Yeah, maybe they should stop making
by
them because
analyst
they can't
standards.
reach
Well, there's
that
one
height.
big difference, and I said it. What's the big difference?
Meow. I don't know.
Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Scarlet and Violet versus Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue.
There's 3.
Ah, there you go. There's 3 of them. Japan got green. We did not get green, but yes, having a third entry included in that overall tally certainly helps. Considerable amount.
Interesting. They don't do 3 anymore. They just do 2 now.
They do not do 3 anymore. That is
That's weird.
correct.
You think they'd be like more money for us with the 3?
Well, again, they never released green outside of Japan, so I guess they decided 2 was good enough.
Like I had to spell that out for me. It's just a numbers thing, but you're like, what's the big difference? I know you got this, big
Figure it
guy.
Well, I, for one, want to congratulate Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think that there are a lot of people out there who enjoy playing you.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
I am a changed man.
That's right. Tears of the Kingdom has sold 22 million.
There are
basically.
a lot of people who enjoy playing that crap.
Yeah, that would be the old approach, but that person's gone.
Kidding.
They left.
Kidding.
In between the lines.
Super Mario Party has sold 21 million. Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe has sold 18 million. Switch Sports is at 16 million. Super Mario Brothers Wonder is at 16 million, so that sucker's still doing good too. Mario Luigi Brothership is at 1.9 million, so that's pretty darn good for a fairly new game in an RPG series. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD joins the list at 1.8 million units sold. Another one to join the list, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, has sold 1.2 million units. That's the
Luigi's Mansion.
third time that game. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, third time that game has come out,
Which one?
and it's still selling. Donkey
yeah.
Kong Country Returns. We had it on the Wii. We had it on the 3DS. Now here it is in HD on the Switch, and people still want it.
And Luigi's Mansion, was that a million seller in the past?
What do you
Probably
mean?
hit a million.
So
This one is
Luigi's
outsold.
Mansion on the 3DS, the sequel?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But this one has outsold it.
Not yet.
Not
no.
yet. Wow.
No, it's just too
Wow.
HD, so I don't think it'll get there. But 3 on the Luigi's Mansion 2 on the DS, which was called Dark Moon here. I want to say it's somewhere between like 4 and 8 million. Rough estimate.
When it comes to sales, I think there's a Dark Moon Rising. Am I right? No music, guys.
MPD is out.
I was waiting for Deux to hit something, but I'll take that. Josh stepped in. There we go.
Yeah.
And then finally, Mario Party Superstars is at 14 million. We don't need to do any of that because it don't matter. Nintendo put out their calendar of release dates, but we're all Nintendo nerds. We already know when everything's coming out. No new information.
Calendar of release dates. So like all the Miyamoto is like dressed up like a fireman and stuff.
Yes.
Not
You
that
just
kind of
gave Crazy
calendar.
Colonel another idea. So it doesn't have there was no information on this release calendar that gave us a date that we didn't already know. If you want to know a date for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, it's still just listed as 2025, as is Kirby Air Riders. We still don't know when Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out. It's still late 2025. So no new information as far as release dates go. Joe Shabadoo says, interesting to see that they projected nearly double their net sales while including an ominous note about tariffs. These projections and forecasts are going to see changes throughout the year without a doubt. Scary times. I will still get my treats and be happy about that, but these are scary times. Also, those combined sales of Mario Kart 8 between the Wii U and the Switch, holy smokes. You ain't kidding, my friend. That sucker. It's why Nintendo's putting out Mario Kart World on Switch 2 at launch, because that franchise is a juggernaut. That is their number one by a decent amount. Animal Crossing is there at number 2, but yeah, they'll save Animal Crossing probably for like the third year or something. And you'll have a whole bunch of fun stuff in between. All right, let's get back to regular stuff. This week, you know what? We crap on Doug Bowser, not because we think he's a bad guy,
But because he deserves
but
it.
he's kind of bored because he sucks and he's terrible because he's listen, we have our gripes about Reggie.
He's a
Boring.
businessman, right? He's
Boring.
Boring, Josh. You got
Boring.
it. Yes, he's boring. I think he's a nice guy, very friendly, but he's boring. Reggie, say what you want about Reggie as far as, you know, there's complaints to be made, but he had a personality. He was more forward facing.
ready.
There you go. He was more forward facing for the company. He was just a bigger personality. Doug Bowser has not been that, but Doug Bowser.
Doesn't anyone care what I think?
Tell me, Josh, what do you think of Doug Bowser?
Boring.
I agree. That's all you need to say. But my opinion of Doug Bowser is changing a little bit right now. By the way, Doug Bowser got name dropped in last week
Every
tonight.
Mario game ever,
That's
but
right. Last
turns
week
out it's
tonight,
just the villain.
and Jimmy Fallon, whatever the hell his late night show is named, and they both made the same joke.
Doug
Yeah, but
Bowser, like
just-
Nintendo Bowser, or just
What the
Bowser?
hell are you talking about?
Or but
Yeah,
this
Doug Bowser.
Oh, okay. What did they say? Now I gotta go.
They
look it
made
up.
the same joke. I just told you. They're joking. They
The
did
joke
do
that we
Deux just did.
fair enough, we make the joke every week that we talk about him, but the joke that everyone made when they were keeping up with Nintendo news and heard that
yeah.
he was the president, come on, Jimmy Kimmel or Fallon, get with it.
Yes.
I mean, it's been years. These guys there acting, what? That's the
But come on, Reggie was more
Talk
forward
about the
facing.
Pope.
Reggie got your attention.
I agree with
The
that.
Pope is a gamer. Maybe he's playing Nintendo stuff. We know he plays Wordle. He played something else. Words with Friends. He played Words with Friends too.
Maybe
Big
he
word
plays
guy.
Clueless.
Oh my god.
What does George think about Doug Bowser? I think he's an all right guy. Could use a little squeeze of lime. That's it.
Thank you,
All
George.
right.
Yes, but yeah.
I'm glad we talked to George for
A
that.
little extra little spritz or something.
Anyway,
there.
my opinion of Doug Bowser is, I don't want to say my opinion, but I like that he did this. He's doing a whole bunch of interviews about the Switch 2 coming out and talking to everybody about tariffs and pricing and you know, all that crap. But he did an interview where they asked him about DEI, because they were like, you got to deal with these tariffs, and Nintendo or Trump's telling you to get rid of DEI. What are you going to do? And this is what Doug Bowser said, quote, "We always want to attract the best talent we can and retain that talent. We also believe that it's important for those talents to be diverse from the point of view of their backgrounds, their experiences, and their understandings, because our players are diverse. So we strive to have diversity that reflects our players in our organization. This is something that has been in place for years before people really started using the acronym DEI, and it will continue to be in place. It is important to us. Well, good for you, Doug Bowser. That's what I like to hear. I'm happy he made that statement.
That being said, we're firing everyone who's Japanese at our country or in our company.
In our country, the
Company.
country of Nintendo.
The country of Mattel.
And then I'm not going to get into the comments because, surprise, surprise, it's a bunch of people arguing with each other. But I will say the most upvoted comment is, I would say, on the right side of things. So if you want to dredge through that garbage, go right ahead on your own. But I was happy to see Doug Bowser put that out there. So no mincing of words from him. That's cool. Moving on. Oh, my God.
That was weird.
Josh, me and you, baby. College. Goes back to our college days.
Reminds me of the old college days.
I know, Josh. So many we can't talk about. Josh is on today. Genki. We've talked about him a whole bunch. Before the Switch 2 was announced, or before the Switch 2 was officially revealed, Genki was like, hey, we got to look at the Switch 2. We know what it's all about. And if you come to CES, we're gonna show you what the system can do. And we're gonna show you the control we're making for it, and it's gonna be great. And that's exactly. It's a company.
He's
There is
saying
also
it like it's in his trench coat or something.
That's how I picture it. Yeah. There's also a guy on social media called Genki who covers video game news, and every time something like this comes out, he's like, "It is not me. It's the company." So they did that at CES. It was true when they had a prototype, like a 3D printed Switch 2 that they had there to showcase the controllers and everything that they were making. And they were like, you could get a Switch 2 on the black market if you want, but we didn't do that, but blah, 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 whatever. And then Nintendo was like, hey, what's going on over here? And Genki was like, no, we don't know what you're talking about. No, we didn't say any of that. We don't know anything. And Genki was like, haha, all's good. Like we're everything's fine. You can leave us alone. Well, this week, Nintendo's lawyers got in touch with Genki, and Genki's being sued, not surprisingly. And I don't see any way for Genki not to lose this because they showed off specs of the system before Nintendo did. And the only way to get those is either be under NDA with Nintendo, or you've got some sort of backwater connection through the warehouses that have this thing, or some other company that's making accessories that has an NDA, had somebody behind the scenes who's like, hey, here's this thing, and leaked the information. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're completely screwed here. So
they need to learn that if you want to spoil something, you have to be IGN. Otherwise, you're gonna get kickback for it.
IGN's big enough that they can get away with whatever. Yes, Genki is not. So
anybody else that spoils anything, IGN's just gonna point at you and say you can't do that. But if they do it, they're fine.
Yes, that's how it works. When you're the top of the totem pole, that's how it works. Genki put out a statement in response to this lawsuit. They said, you may have seen that Nintendo recently filed a lawsuit against us. We're taking it seriously and working with legal counsel to respond thoughtfully. What we can say is this: Genki has always been an independent company focused on building innovative gaming accessories for the community we love. We're proud of the work we've done, and we stand by the quality and originality of our products. While we can't comment in detail, we're continuing preparations to fulfill orders and showcase our newest products at PAX East. PAX East is right now. Blah, 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 blah. So they're like, we're going to fill all the orders we can, but probably not many more after that because we're going to be in big trouble.
Big money.
So this is bad news for them. Luscious6 says, I really question what's going on or what's going through their heads when they decided to do this. Not a lot, apparently. Congrats, Genki. That's a very effective way to ruin your own business. It's worded harshly. It's not how I would word things, but I agree with the sentiment. I don't know how they thought they could get away with this. They obviously were like, if we do this, we'll get a ton of attention at CES and people want to look at our products and then they'll buy our stuff. I don't know how somebody at the company wasn't like, but we might get in trouble for this. They were like, whatever, it'll work itself out.
I remember bringing that up and being like shocked that somebody would be putting that stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you just said like, they're not using Nintendo, like they didn't sign an NDA, so they're not using Nintendo's actual information.
Yep.
They got it through other routes.
They can
fell off a truck.
They can make the products no problem. Like, so they don't sign an NDA. Say somebody else does. Somebody at that company tells Genki, hey, here's the specs for this thing. Genki can go make accessories all they want. The problem is taking them to a public event and showcasing them. You don't do that. Like, and then on top of that, 3D print a Switch 2 to like it's insanity. I don't know. Everything was fine until they did that. Then they screwed themselves. So, I don't. Like I said, they'll probably settle with Nintendo, and I don't. They're probably going to go out of business.
Or if they had things like, I don't know, if they showed off this product but fitted to a regular Switch, show that off and be like,
not?
this is what it's going to look like. This
be
is
like
what it's going to
it'll
feel like.
roughly be like this.
This
Perfect.
is,
Blood Ocean.
Smash that
That is
subscribe
fantastic.
I didn't mean to hit that.
Did you? You didn't hit anything. That was Josh interrupting.
He didn't mean to say that.
Did you see Blood Ocean's GIF in the Discord?
I loved it.
Oh
Yeah.
God, Blood Ocean. I could talk about. Oh my God! Today, Mom Brain and I went out to breakfast, and we saw somebody wearing
For Rick
a
Steve's
neckerchief.
birthday.
No, yes, retroactively.
Rick Steves,
yes.
we speak your name.
We saw somebody wearing a neckerchief, and Mom Brain was like, Charles Nelson Riley, right
Oh my
there.
God.
When was I can't remember the last time I've seen that in public.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a warm day too.
Yep.
So style over comfort.
That's
I
right.
gotta
And
like
with
it.
a neckerchief, I understand.
That's how Charles Nelson would have done it.
That's right. Eggs. We also have news on Nintendo's value. For the first time ever, Nintendo's value has surpassed 100 billion. That makes them the 7th largest company in terms of market capital in Japan. Speaking of Street Fighter. And they are very close to taking the 6th spot. So it all depends on how big the Switch 2 launches. And everything we've seen so far indicates that it will be potentially the biggest launch for any game hardware ever. It's fine. Just go for it. You're totally fine.
We got a
It's not me.
Oh, is it you? Zeldude says 100 billion of Doom. That's right, Zeldude. That's the way it works. Nintendo's always doomed. This is funny. This is what This is perfect for this story I'm going into. This is what I mentioned to you very quickly this week. Analyst talked about the Switch 2 hype and what's leading into it or what's lending itself to it. This is Deux' favorite analyst.
Grub?
No,
Mr. Grubb?
Analyst, not
Super
insider.
analyst?
Matty Piss.
Matty Piss.
Yes.
Matt Piscatello over at Circana. He was interviewed about Switch 2 hype in general. And he basically said, it's not surprising to see Nintendo fans are all about this thing. On top of that, people are very sad and depressed, and they want something to be happy about. That's basically what he said. Let me get you his exact words.
What was the other? Michael Pachter?
Yeah, he's kind of disappeared.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, he got that show on Game Trailers when Game Trailers was still a thing, and he got a little too, in my opinion, got a little too big for his britches, and he got very full of himself, and just.
But he also was never right? He
Oh,
he had the worst taste.
That's how analysts work in general. Matty Piss, great personality, very friendly, very open about when he's
Great
off the
name.
mark on something.
How do you
great
spell
name.
that?
Matty Piss.
It's a nickname. It's
It's a real name.
abbreviated.
that
God-given
nobody
name.
knows, but me.
How would
He
we
spells
spell
it-
it?
he
Probably
spells
just
it
M-A-T-T-Y-P-I-S-S.
No, he spells it M-A-T. His
Does he?
name is legit M-A-T.
He doesn't, except he does. You're right.
Is it a typo?
No, that
Oh.
that video I keep sending you, that guy
Oh.
where four quarters, whatever it is. Yes, Matt. M-A-T is correct. He
That's
says
what you were asking, right? How he spells his
I don't
first
want to
name.
know what his last name helps.
Okay.
Very much concerned with his first
Yeah.
name, Matt.
how many T's we got in that, Matt? It's been so long since we had a new console hardware platform. It's been years. It's been a long time. And people are looking for things to get their mind off of what's going on elsewhere. You can even see it online, just the desire people have to have something to be excited about. I don't know. Maybe it's just my own perspective, but I just see this palpable desperation in a sense of wanting to find something to bring joy. And a lot of people are locking onto this, which good for them. Matt, we feel you, Matt. Matt, I've talked to you a few times. You're a good guy. I know what you're saying without saying it. We feel you, Matt. Zeldude again with the first comment, and he says, Matty Piss, keeping it real. There you go. The name's catching
It's
on.
spreading.
Has anybody checked in with the other analyst, Patrick Crap? See what he thinks.
Start that Blue Sky
He
account
spells
right
that
now.
P-A-T-T, right?
Yes.
Pat-
Definitely.
Pat crap.
That's great.
Michael impacted poop.
That's his full name. What is this? We don't need to do this one. Skip that. We don't need to do this one. We don't need to do that one. I already covered that one. I didn't make something top story. I'm an idiot. Yours is there and mine's not. And I did it that morning. Suck. Somebody should take this site away from me. I'll cover this one right now.
Working on it.
So this week there was some kind of panel. I don't remember what it was, but Yuji Horii, the creator of Dragon Quest, was there. And he was doing a panel that asked him a whole bunch of stuff. And news came out that he had mentioned that a remake of Chrono Trigger was in the works. And that is a game people have desperately wanted a remake for. They've been like trying to figure out why Square Enix hasn't done a remake of that one now. Probably
like a remake,
one of the most wanted
like
remakes.
3D or like
they just want a remake in general. Some people want HD 2D. Some people want Final Fantasy VII style, but just in general, they want a remake. I would prefer HD 2D, but that's just me. So this rumor came out and spread like wildfire. Thankfully, I marked it as rumor because I don't speak Japanese, and I also don't speak Italian. And this was an Italian interviewer asking a Japanese man thing. So I was like, I'm going to put a little distance between myself on this one. And then we found out at the panel, the interviewer asked a question. Yuji Horii misunderstood that the question was being asked to him and answered something differently. And the interviewer took it as an answer to his question, which was about Chrono Trigger. Big misunderstanding all around. So we followed up the rumor, letting everybody know, sorry, guys.
Lost in translation.
And then something even funnier happened.
They announced the game's getting remade.
Later in the week, Yuji Horii commented again, and he said, currently Dragon Quest 3 and 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes have been going on. I'm getting a lot of requests for Chrono Trigger remakes as well, so I'm starting to look into it. So it all went full circle. So at the very least, Square Enix is looking into the idea of a remake of Chrono Trigger. And if we know anything about how game companies work, when they say that kind of stuff publicly, they're already doing it. It's already happening. They just can't officially say it yet. So they've probably had something in the works for a couple of years now, and we'll hear about it whenever. But yeah, I mean, Square Enix has remade so many of their RPGs. Chrono Trigger is like a crown jewel of RPG for them. So I'm sure they will do a remake. They're just going to take it very seriously when they do that. And the big question is 3D or HD 2D.
What was Chrono Cross? Was that even connected to it?
Yes, it was the pseudo sequel on the PlayStation 1. It is also available on Switch right now. It was warmly received, but not as well regarded as the original. My understanding is it's a very fine game, but the original is still the best. And then at that point, Square Enix was like, well, no more. And they never made another one after that. So
they ran out of time.
Is this a Chrono Trigger joke? Okay, very good. I like it.
Sure, why not?
Atomic Toaster says, I have a copy of this on the Nintendo DS. Yeah, man. I wish I was playing RPGs back then because I would have gotten that. But man, would I love it on Switch too. I really love that Sea of Stars game. So good. Bring back the GOAT. Yeah, we wouldn't have Sea of Stars if it weren't for Chrono Trigger. I completely agree with that. Sea of Stars is fantastic, but Chrono Trigger, hands down, is the better game. But yeah, I really regret A, not getting into RPGs for so long, and then B, missing out on Chrono Trigger for the DS.
So if they remake it, RMC, you going to play the remake or are you going to play the original? If it's let me answer for you.
Well, I own the original.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's
then
sitting in my. That's how I played it. I only played it.
You did play it. I thought you said you didn't play it because you weren't into RPGs, but then you've played it since.
So Chrono Trigger came out on the Super Nintendo first, and I wasn't playing RPGs then. Then they re-released it for the DS, and I still wasn't playing RPGs then. I played Chrono Trigger maybe 4 or 5 years ago for the first time. And now retroactively, I wish I would have gotten it for the DS because that would be a nice rare gem to have. I have the Super Nintendo version where I played on that like 11-inch TV in my office, and it was amazing. It was amazing. But there's so many RPGs I missed playing first time around because I was afraid of RPGs. Somehow Final Fantasy VII snuck by, but that was like such like a huge deal at the time. I was like, I can't miss out on this game. Like this is, and that was tough for me because at the time I was like, oh, but it's not on Nintendo, and I feel bad getting it here. But I got it.
And now the seesaw has come back. Now you can't stop playing RPGs.
It's true. Playing one right now. Playing two right now.
Playing 2 right now. Yeah.
I do love RPGs. I wasted so much of my life not playing them. Are we gonna do this one? I'll mention it very quickly. Nintendo updated their end user license agreement with some more verbiage that is very Nintendo style. Basically, they're like, hey, sign this, don't sue us, just call customer service instead. So it's an arbitration thing, and they're like, basically what I said. They're like, class action lawsuits, you can't be involved in that. Just, call up customer service and we'll take care of you. If you don't want to participate in that, and you still want the ability to participate in a class action lawsuit, you can send Nintendo a letter within 30 days of signing this up or agreeing to this updated document.
Is this
and
on
then
the
you'll be
Switch?
opted out. This is in general, like Nintendo account.
I got
any
like a
Nintendo hardware
notification on
going
my
forward.
Switch when I went to turn it on.
Yes,
the
that
other day.
update was for. You're correct.
Was for this.
That was part of the update. Yes,
Oh,
that was updated, and the
because it was going to keep coming up, so I just agreed to it.
What, did you not read the full agreement?
yeah, right.
I was going to, and then I was like, "That's a lot of words." Yeah.
What's
Got
wrong
a
with you?
long night ahead of me. But yes, you still have plenty of those 30 days left to sign in or to send Nintendo the letter if you want. I
But
have
I
all the
already
information
signed
if
the
you want to do it.
agreement,
You
so
can
I-
do that. Yeah, you sign the agreement, then you send them a letter saying, I still want to participate in class action lawsuits or have the ability to, and then you're okay. So you have
You're
20
going
plus
down,
days left to
Nintendo.
do it.
What did you say? What are they at? 900
I fight for my
billion
friends.
yen.
100 billion,
100 billion, oh,
which
that's-
is 1
I don't
billion
want 'em- I don't
in
want 'em to go
American dollar.
bankrupt over this and take
Uh,
them for all they're worth.
well, then you could just go the customer service route. Zeldude again with the first comment, killing it this week. Friendly reminder that end user license agreements don't really hold much legal weight. That is also true. Nintendo can say this stuff all they want. There's still wiggle room in the courts, so don't.
I also had a thing where it said I had a
or
problem
just sign the
with
letter
my
and then you don't have to worry
save
about it all.
information.
Eh?
I got to notice that there was an issue with my my save in like whatever it was. It had to like communicate with the cloud or something. I don't know.
Bad
You hear
internet.
about this? No. It was.
You hear about this? You see this?
It was after I did the update, and then I went to play.
I got
new
one
web there,
question
but
for you. What did it say?
I don't remember
Hmm.
exactly.
There we go. Well, if you can get me that, I could help you out. Moving on.
No, I like connected to the cloud or something because there was an
Moving
error.
on. Yeah, I don't do any of the cloud stuff on
Whoa.
any system. I just don't like cloud stuff, so I don't do it.
But again,
So
it
I can't
kept-
tell you,
it
but
kept
I have
coming
not
up
seen-
every time I went to play the
Whoa.
game.
So it
was like
wasn't. There was like your cloud data wasn't synced for some reason.
something like that.
Yeah, so it was either an internet issue when the last cloud sync went to happen, or something else.
The last cloud sync was 2020. I don't understand what's going on. It's like
So yes,
got problems.
Bit of a problem there. You might remember that not that long ago, the World Video Game
Oh,
Hall of
yeah.
Fame announced their nominees
what
for the
are they?
2025 class. The nominees were Age of Empires, Angry Birds, Call of Duty 4, Defender, Frogger, GoldenEye, Golden Tee, Harvest Moon, Mattel Football, Quake, NBA 2K, and Tamagotchi. Well, we have our winners. This year's inductees are
Oh,
Defender, Quake, Tamagotchi, and GoldenEye.
We got
I don't
there.
know how GoldenEye wasn't already in there. Quake is another one. I don't understand
Quake,
how
I
that
don't
wasn't
know.
in there. But there's your 4. GoldenEye finally made it into that list. It should have been there a long time ago. Do we have a new comment here? We do. SD Sikura says Frogger was robbed. As I said previously, they use Frogger in everyday parlance. Oh well.
We were talking about that when this story first came up, that we were surprised Frogger wasn't already
Frogger
in
deserves to be in there.
just
yeah.
because of the classic nature of it alone.
Yes, it's true. I mean, come on. It was the subject of a Seinfeld episode. It was. There's plenty
Call
other
of
games
Duty
using it now. Like
Go.
Crossy Road is obviously based on Frogger. Getting an update from Mombrain. Mombrain. So I messaged her earlier and I said we need a treat, and all she said was yeah. So I took that as yes. She just sent me another text that says DoorDash is bringing a treat. There's no dash though, so I don't know if it's the soda or a treat. But when DoorDash shows up, you should go check the door and see what it is.
Oh, boy.
Oh mama. Can you let me know when
It's so
it's
funny how
Please.
like twice already. That's been confusing, and I've known about this
Yep.
A treat forever,
Yeah,
and
it's
for some reason
embarrassing.
it's never been a problem.
When she gets home, I'm going to
Today it
yell at
makes so
her
much sense.
for not putting the dash in there because it's very confusing without
Did
the
you
dash.
use a dash? What if she sends
She already
a
used the
random
dash when
treat?
she said DoorDash. So.
Door dash. That's also a great question. I don't know. So I don't know what we're getting, but hopefully it's what you want. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We will do this. You talked recently about Cyberpunk 2077, right? You did, right?
You mentioned it.
I did, yes, I did. I did talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not
just
crazy.
played it
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
Just played it recently. Played
okay.
the DLC, talked about it
Yes,
at
yes, yes.
length, as I
Sorry,
usually
yeah.
do, right
My-
here in this seat
My
on this
mind,
podcast.
you know how it works with me in the podcast. I like.
Hey, once I
blank.
start talking,
Earlier on
you
this-
have time
on
to
this
go to the
podcast-
bathroom and check Discord, and that's fine with me.
And earlier on this podcast, you mentioned. Cyberpunk.
Yes, that I did remember.
Did you mention it today? Not yet.
So as we said,
In the
Cyberpunk
conversation.
2077.
I remember him mentioning it.
Ultimate Edition is launching on Switch 2, day and date with the system, so June 5th. And as we said previously, it is going to be all on one game card. So not a game key card. Please don't make me explain that again. And not a code in box. It is a get the game card. Everything's there. No download needed.
I saw the game card getting like crapped on the internet this week, and then like somebody came in to like defend it, and they were just like, "This happens on all the
Yes.
systems, and it just is a different name."
Yeah.
And like that's...
Nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that. And it's the same crap like I said last time. I was like, where was this level of anger for the Switch and code in box releases? That's way worse. You don't get anything physical there. You can't trade it in, and you can't lend it to friends. How was there not people with pitchforks and torches there? But it's the internet.
But
So
here they fixed the problem, and that's why you get people who are angry because
well, again, I can
it's like
understand.
here, don't get angry anymore. Well, you can't tell me what to
Well,
be
with game key
angry.
cards, I can still understand people being upset because they don't want to have to download something. They want the full game there on the card. I get that anger.
Game key cards.
Please don't do this to me again. Yes.
We talked about Genki earlier. Now you're talking about game.
There's
key
game
cards.
key cards. There's
not
Genki cards.
There are no Genki cards.
There are now. CD Projekt Red talked more about their decision to do this, why they put it all on a traditional game card and didn't go with a game key card.
Thank you.
It's
And
free.
they were basically like, because it's the right thing to do. It's what people want. We wanted players purchasing physically to have the best possible experience and be able to play the game straight away. And they were asked like, well, how, this card costs more than a game key card. So how much is this cutting into your bottom line here? And they were like, we're not talking about that. So it's very clear they're going to take a pretty decent hit on this, but they felt it was more important to do right by the consumers. And obviously that's very important to them because a few years ago they had a major blowback with Cyberpunk 2077 in general, and they don't want to launch the game again and have another issue all over again. So they're footing the bill and the consumer wins. Ultimate Ownage says, and it's for doing the right thing, that I am buying a launch day copy of Cyberpunk 2077 and none of the game key card trash. There you go. So it worked. CD Projekt Red, you're getting one sale right there.
That's really cool that they're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They're still gonna make a bundle of money though.
They will make money, but they're not going to make anywhere near as much money as they would with like a disc-based release. The game cards, even though it's going to be like, like a Blu-ray disc is like a fraction of a penny, where a game card will be like 3 pennies, but still that's going to make a big difference for them. So
We'll factor in tariffs too.
7 pennies.
I just
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
cool they're bringing it. I mean, they did bring The Witcher 3 to the Switch, but
And
I think
obviously
it's-
that plays into this. They saw a good enough return on that they're like, okay, we're going to go in even
can't
more
even-
now.
I can't even believe that. I mean, I guess if you don't own it, like I was happy with it, but I love the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine having a PlayStation and a Switch and playing that on the Switch on purpose.
That was like a big test for them to see if that game, with lesser quality visuals and running worse, at a lower frame rate, whatever, and just that kind of game for that audience, they were like, can this make a dent? And it did really well for them. So now
That's cool.
Nintendo's like, hey, you want to... They won't talk about how long they've known about the Switch 2, because it's very clear Nintendo very early talked to them and was like, let's do something here. And they're like, yeah, we're all in. So thanks. Very cool.
Very
They're
cool.
like, let's do something here. And Nintendo's like, oh, Love Hotel? What do you want to do?
There is a lot of love
Trading
in their
cards?
games. Mature love. All right, let's do. I can't believe I didn't make
I
this
can't
a
even-
top
I
story.
can't search it. I was going to try to search. Oh, there it is.
I got it.
You got it?
North America. This week's releases. Let me tell you. Could you please hit my music?
I would love to.
Thank you.
For $1.
We're doing great here. Here's your week's releases on Switch in North America. Bernard. Yes, it is a bear. Bernard. Nicky Hill. Beautiful anime puzzles.
Bernards? Are you serious?
Bernard. Just one Nard.
Oh, just the one.
Blazing Trail. Capybara Zen. Cat and Rabbit Pizza Farming. Chaos Galaxy 2. Dunk Dunk, which is made by Team 17 and features a whole bunch of characters from other games.
Team 17 is the Worms.
You got it. Yes, sir. L Phaser, Final Zone, which is an old arcade game. Kitten lost her box. I'm not even going to touch that. Korean Drone Flying Tour, Gararim Bay. Labyrinth of the Demon King, Laundry Simulator 2025.
Oh, finally.
Linnea, an
God.
Inner Light game. Mami Bosu, Ninja Fight. Here's a great one. Ship Graveyard Simulator 2.
Ooh.
The first one was a big hit.
You had me at graveyard.
That's true. You love graveyards. That's true. Skydiving Simulator, Wingsuit Flight, Spirit Fall, Super Engine GT Turbo Spec, The Abandoned Planet, Trash is Fun, Undivine, Wings of Endless, World Cup Soccer 2026, and finally Yasha Legends of the Demon Blade. There's your North American releases, and I didn't make it a top story. I get what I deserve. But Josh, if you could please.
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Well, thank you, Josh. Europe, you had some games coming to you the week of May 8th, the year of our Lord 2000. Your pocketbooks and your wallets, because here are the games. eShop, so probably just a credit card will do. Anyway,
Thanks.
Anime Girls.
Very cool.
Thank you. Anime Girls Royal Romance. Beautiful anime puzzles. Rainy Days. Captain Blood.
That's been 10 years in the making. That got
Oh, yeah,
canceled
I
and got
I was
revived.
looking it up last week when we talked about it.
It's a miracle, baby.
Yeah. This one's from On Brain. Capybara Zen.
On brain, we speak your name.
We speak your name. Cat and Rabbit Pizza Farm. What? Cat and Rabbit Pizza Farm.
They really want me to review that game. They've sent me requests for review codes at least 3 times. Oh my god, yes!
All right. Chaos Galaxy 2. Cocktail Rush. Cozy Tides.
Probably Cyber. Oh, it's Cyber Rage. It's right there.
Cyber Rage.
Yeah. Man, I wrote the list.
Or is it Cyber Rage or Cyber Age? ASL.
Let's stay away from that one.
Cyber Rage.
What's your Cyber Age?
Date with a Serial Killer, a love story from a horror show series.
People love that stuff now. That's
exciting.
Serial killers are so hot and popular.
Yes.
If you were jealous of America getting it, don't worry, you're getting Dunk Dunk as well. The PC 9801 version of Runeworth. It's a different version.
It's true.
Right, PC
It's true.
98 instead of 88. El Phaser. Did I say that one right?
You got it.
Fantasy Grove. Fantasy RPG Raid Legends. Farmyard Survivors. These are the pigs and the cows who make a run for it right at the last second. Fluffy Snakes. Game Builder Tycoon. Garden of Merging
hell happened to
Numbers.
Yeah, heavy birtation.
Gnomes and Knights. Golf Up Tropical. High on Life.
That's again. We talked about it.
Is this a Nintendo game? Hotel Business Simulator.
Oh, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
Hover Runners. Kill the Emoji. Kill the Emoji 2.
Okay.
Korean drone flying
boy.
tour Gorarim Bay.
Good enough for me.
Gorarim. Korean drone flying tour Jangbangdu.
Yeah.
Max Cyber Shooter. Excuse me. Mirage Ignis Fatus.
Mm-hmm.
That was my nickname in high school.
Fat Flame.
Mumbis. No. Mommy Bosu. Mommy Bosu.
Yes, she
That was
does.
your nickname in high school.
That was Daddy Bosu, actually, is what it was.
Oh,
Neon Roller.
let's make that one stick, people.
Oh, I actually kind of think I want this game. Pet the pup at the party.
That does sound nice. We've all been there when you're at a party and you don't know anybody and you're like, where's that dog? We'll take that cat over here.
Yeah, when there's a bunch of people and there's like adults, I'm like
Forget it.
straight to
Give me the animal.
to the animal. Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. Skating rink story. Okay.
You say the weirdest goddamn titles and then you get this stuff like Skating Rink Story and
Well,
you're like,
because
what is
I
this
didn't know
thing?
where to put the emphasis. And I
Skating
still
Rink
messed it
Story.
up. Yeah, I still Skating Rink Story.
There you go.
Skating Rink Story. Skating Rink.
Maybe put the emphasis on all three. Try it like that.
Skating Rink Story.
There you
That's
go.
how we're doing
Now
it
that's
for-
it's like the wave race announcer.
Now I want to play it.
Spellcaster University.
All right, they all don't deserve that.
Stratogon. Strings theory. Is that like the quantum
Tampons.
physics
Tampon.
string theory? Oh, it's just a tampon.
Polio.
Polio strings theory.
Polio
The
games.
theory is everything's better with polio string cheese,
Mhm.
right?
I'm gonna message Mom Brain right now. We need polio stat.
Submarine Survivor.
Ooh.
The Meowth.
Yeah, that's what it says.
How does that work for anything? Can anybody understand the pun in there? The month?
Meow.
You'll look it up.
The meow. All right. A mouth, maybe. The meow.
Next
No.
game.
There's a gun in the office.
Jesus. God, that's the name of a game.
Yep.
Trash is fun.
There you go.
Trash
Truck.
is fun.
Truck Simulator 25 American Driver. For all the Europeans who want to know what it's like on American roads, but don't want to come here. And I don't blame you.
It's only right to do a simulator game before you make the trip over. So I appreciate
You want to practice.
That's why they're playing
Undefined.
There's a Gun at the Office.
it.
Oh, dear Lord. Undefined, Urban Showdown, and Wings of Endless.
Is there a comment, Nicky? Oh.
There is. It's a long one.
Oh
Pixel
boy. Here we
Riffix.
go. Here we go.
Hey, podcast crew. Today, May 10th, is my birthday, and I would love nothing more than a happy birthday from you, Nicky Hill. So hopefully you're here, and if not, or the show ends up being done on a Friday, well, that's the story of my life. Cheers, guys.
It worked out,
Well,
Pixel.
Pixelrific, happy birthday. Josh Groba, you know what to do.
Oh no, we don't need that. I don't think.
I am the world's best
Ah,
singer.
Jesus. Getting it all. I didn't know we were gonna get the whole thing. I got some heat for talking over it last time, so I guess I'll just be quiet. Thank you,
I'm the
Josh.
star of the
Pixelrific,
show.
happy birthday.
Holy moly, Pixelrific is a
Okay.
long time GoNintendo supporter. I went to the back end of the site. They originally signed up for an account in 2009.
Wow.
Thank you, Pixelrific.
I have
Very
concept
cool.
of how
Happy
long ago that
80th
is
birthday,
anymore.
Pixelrific.
Yeah, have a great day, have a great weekend, have a great year.
Yes, I really did.
All right, that's that. Nicky Hill, what have you been playing?
I played a little bit of Tetris Effect and Solitaire on whatever 50 Clubhouse games and 50 more.
Oh,
whatever.
Pixelrific's in the chat. Hi, Pixelrific. Happy birthday.
That was it. And I played a little bit of Q-List, but that's not a digital game. Oh, I did play it on my phone actually.
There you go.
Yeah, look at me.
Big word game guy. You're a regular Pope over here.
I'm a big play by myself person. Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun.
Did you has digital Q-list cut into your analog Q-list time?
I only
My
played it
cue
'cause
list is
I
taking
was-
up too much cue list
I was
time.
on a plane, and I wasn't going to start rolling the dice on the plane. That would have
That
been
makes sense.
tough. So
Nork
no.
flight?
Sorry,
Nork flight?
no,
Oh.
Did you bring your Switch with you on the
I
flight?
didn't.
Oh.
No.
You knew you weren't going to play anything.
This is the first time traveling for work, and I was
Mhm.
like trying to go,
This is the first time for me.
trying to raw dog it, as the kids say,
Mm.
as the
Like
as the
Putty
Card-
and Seinfeld.
like the Cardinals when doing the conclave. Didn't somebody on the
Yes,
on the
I
news
saw that. Yep.
say that the Cardinals were raw dogging
They
it?
couldn't use their cell phones in the room because it has no service, so they were raw dogging that session. Yes,
God.
behind closed doors. Who knows what's going on there?
So yeah, that's
So
what
weird.
I played. Which way are we going around the table?
I guess I'll go to Dune next. We'll do it in
Cuckoo.
unusual style.
Played some, as usual, Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm working on filling out that Nookopedia, so caught a new fish that I didn't have
Really?
before yesterday. Oh yeah.
Is it only out like during this season?
Yeah, like May and June, I think this particular fish, because I hadn't been taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And I was like, I play for like 20 minutes every morning while I have coffee. Why don't I like actually look into what I could, what I could get? So I saw all the animals that I was missing, and I kind of marked in my head what months to pay attention
Yeah.
for them. And
When I was playing Animal Crossing, that was like one of my favorite parts, just fishing for stuff. I just really enjoyed
It's for
doing
the
that.
golden rod, right?
I'm going for the golden rod.
He's got to go all gold now.
Yeah, I gotta go all gold, baby. I like gold. So that's it's a great game when to not have to pay attention to and just like relax, and
Just part of your
everyone's really sweet in it, and so it's cool. Fortnite is very, very cool. I like all the Star Wars stuff. It's been a challenging season for me, but I'm still having a good time. I bought the battle pass just like last night or the night before or something, so I'm working to get that Emperor. I saw a TikTok of the Emperor doing
I saw that
like an
same
emo,
TikTok,
and I was
yeah.
just like, oh,
It was
I've
really
got
funny,
to
yeah.
immediately have the
It was
Emperor.
very funny.
So yeah, I can't wait to feel jaunty as the Emperor. That's gonna be so good. So yeah, working towards that, and then yeah, I won't stay long because I talked forever last week about it, but I ended up beating Last of Us 2 yet again.
Hey.
And what can you say? It's a near perfect game. It was just
a near
so
perfect
great.
game and a near perfect show.
It's amazing. I'm so happy that I played it through actually, because I mentioned watching the show, and
It's making me more angry.
it is but
Well,
like
there's things I don't remember from the game, and then when I watch an episode, I talk to Deux, and I'm like, well, that's just weird, and he's like, yeah, and there's this like all these other story
I'm making
points.
his experience worse as well, but
No,
reminding
no,
him of all.
No, you're just reminding me of stuff, and it's like, man, it's just making me realize like it
How
was
perfect
the
it was.
storytelling is what you want in any media. It's like the game is so well done, and they took that and they like, I don't even, like I said they put all the points from the game on the wall, and then just threw darts, and they're like, well, all
They
right,
call 'em the
then we'll
wall.
jump over here, and then we'll give them this bit of information, and it's like things that, if like, I don't know,
It's just little, like, it doesn't even have to be much. They just have to
there's just like
make
there's
it make sense so that we care about these characters, because right now the characters are doing things that they shouldn't be doing because they're changing things in the game, and it's like that they don't do this, they don't act like this.
but it's also from a story. Like I would think, and I get too attached to things, but I would think storytelling, from a storytelling standpoint, you want to keep your audience kind of like on the hook, like, and give them little pieces of information. Whereas like in the second episode, they jumped to a completely different group, and they're just like in it, and you're like with them rather than like learning about them like through pieces, or like you have like, like if they're kind of come up on them in the woods or whatever, and like you're surprised or confused, they just jump into that as like, oh, and here's a B line, here's a B story, and you're like, this is not
Yeah.
they're not the main characters. Like there's a whole main story for them, but
so it's still bad.
But sometimes less is more, you know, like sometimes
Yeah.
less can be more. And
I
like
said to you,
Like in Andor.
yeah, I mean, it's like night and day, those two shows. Andor,
Yep.
I've only seen the first 4 episodes, but it's just so well done
amazing.
on
amazing.
on so many levels. And they're, you know, they're not
how
sticking
long are
to
those episodes?
like 45
40
minutes
to an hour.
But
So I didn't watch the other season.
yeah, I don't know. And they've
You got
found
some
out
great stuff waiting for you.
with Andor that you don't need a lightsaber or a blaster in every single scene to make it interesting. Like there's so many like scenes with people talking, and that sounds boring, but they're like some of the best scenes in the show.
Yep.
And there's tension that's built like
That
with
show
just
builds tension like
conversations
none other.
and like I mean that's the kind of stuff that we need more of in this other show. But I mean I'm not holding out hope for Last of
Even
Us.
Daredevil. You had like entire episodes where there's no fighting. There was no like. It was just tension.
A blind guy stumbling around.
But yeah, I guess I should have opened this part of the show with the views of these games are of Deux, and he's not asking anyone to spend $50 on them, and he's not
It's too
naming
late.
any
It's
names
too late.
of any friends. He didn't name any, and he still hasn't.
Start the countdown.
Lace and Jockhart.
Oh.
Anyways, Grimbles, what have you been playing?
Anytime you want from any period
Don't
in
be
your
a
life. What do you
sweaty
want to talk about?
Yoko-getty.
I didn't mean to do that. That was the knuckle.
You didn't do anything.
I didn't hear
It was
anything.
Josh.
Josh.
I'm chipping away at Echoes of Wisdom still. I like it. Not blown away by it.
Are you upset that the main character is female?
I think that's what it
alert.
is. I
Say-
think that's
Yeah.
what it is.
There's a real problem with that. No, I don't know. I just it's Breath. I just want to play more Breath of the Wild.
What about Tears of the
Yeah,
Kingdom?
well, did you try Tears of the Kingdom? 'Cause that is
God,
one
did
of
try
the-
that.
I
Where
did
are
try
you?
that one.
When the
actually-
Switch 2 comes out, your Switch Online member, you'll get the
Yeah.
upgrades for both of those games at no
Brhino.
additional
Wait,
cost.
did you
I'll be
play
playing.
Tears of the
Yeah, I
Kingdom?
didn't finish Tears of the Kingdom. I don't like the what's it
The
called?
Breath of the Wild
Building?
stuff in it?
No. No. The
Characters.
the underworld.
The
Area.
depths.
Really?
That was my
Depths, I
favorite
don't like the
part.
Too
depths.
scary. No,
I
is it
literally-
because of the
Horrifying.
traversal of it?
I don't know. It's just I don't enjoy being in there.
Oh my! That was like legit my favorite part.
Like it's
I
like
can
the
understand.
I went
just the
through
look of
and
it. I mean,
I went through and lit up every single thing, like whatever they were called, every route down there. I went and specifically hunted down every route to light up the whole.
And I was
Yeah, I
shooting those light seeds
Yeah.
everywhere, and they'd stay there forever.
Do you know? Do you have one of those? What's the people's name? Like the
Goron,
Zoran,
Zonami,
or whatever.
Zonami. They make
Zonai.
games.
Did you use their
Zasylvania.
tools to make that motorcycle thing? Like the two fans with the boards.
could
and
make
they-
it, yeah.
I've made things.
No, but down there, that was like the big thing.
No!
that was the big thing on like social media and everything.
Yeah.
Making that Zonai little scooter, like air scooter,
And you throw a light seed on
and you
it.
throw
and
lights
like,
on the
it's
front.
like a
It makes
headlight.
that area so much
Yeah.
more fun because you're
Oh,
just
no.
like,
Yeah, it's just two fans, a control stick, and
and
a
you
a
traverse
plant
that
on the
area
front
so
to light
much
it up.
quicker,
And
too.
yeah, flying through the sky with that thing, it was so much fun.
Yeah, that was my favorite
Not
part
saying you
too.
have to.
No,
I'm
but
just-
I'll never forget falling down there because
your
you didn't
excitement
know.
has got me excited.
What was down there?
yes, we're all excited. And now you fall down there so much quicker on Switch 2. It's like you're there right away. That's for real. The time to get to the depths is like ridiculously short now. So if there's a reason to go back to the game, it would be on Switch 2.
Yeah, I'd
Do
like
you have to go
to
down
start
there?
over. I think.
Are there? Story
Yes, there
points?
is a story point down there. Yes, it's not until late in the game, but
I
yes.
loved it.
Oh, you have to go to like one of those arena places or something. There's like an enemy that you have to.
There's like I mean I guess
There's
it's long
things
enough to
to
not
do
be
down
spoiler,
there.
but there's things you have to do. Yes, there's like
Impa's down
it's like a
there or something, doing
Gundam-esque
something.
thing you
I
do
don't
down
remember.
there too.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But yes, you do stuff down there, but that's late game stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy that when you go back to that. And will you be finishing Echoes of Wisdom?
Yeah, I have to, because it's one of the only games I probably can actually finish.
You finished Minish Cap recently, did you not?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell
that
us about
counts.
that.
How'd you feel about
It
what the
was-
hell's
yeah,
that
I
thing's
loved
name?
Minish Cap.
Eslo? Elzo?
Eslo.
I never remember which one it is. Eslo or Elzo. Eslo sounds more like a name than Elzo. You're like,
But it is
Elzo, that's a
Nintendo.
stupid name. Eslo, now that's a name I can't
Yeah, I loved Minish Cap. It was great. Yeah, the difficulty level was reasonable for me, and Echoes of Wisdom is pretty much on the same level. I think
played it on the Switch?
difficulty.
Was it on the Switch?
It's on the
Yeah,
Switch.
it's on the it's the Game Boy.
Yeah, the GBA collection.
Yeah,
Yes, Eslo.
yeah, I loved it.
That was
that
back in the
guy?
day when Capcom and Nintendo were teaming up to make
There's that
Zelda
guy
games.
in New York who stitched that Eslo hat. He was at all.
Oh
like, the
my
Nintendo events
god,
that we would go to.
yeah. I forgot all about that guy. That was a long time ago. Holy crap. Anything else you want to talk about?
Just Fortnite.
I guess we should say this. Grimbles and Brhino and me and Dude, that's the team that we usually play Fortnite with. So whenever we're talking about Fortnite, these are the people we're talking
The Golden
about.
Foursome.
Ta-da.
So do you want to we could all just hop in?
Golden
I don't mean to
Boys.
be rude, but you only have Fortnite to talk about, right?
Yeah, more or less, it's other shooters or sports games, which
Oh,
don't-
that's
which
right. Yeah,
don't
you can
cater
talk
to
about
great
that stuff.
conversation. Well, I scored a goal in FC24, formerly known as FIFA. The
Oh,
other
but we
night.
know about those soccer games and their socks and stuff, right?
Right, you've pretty much got
We
it
know
down.
they sell well.
They do sell
Because
very
we
well. That's true.
Talk about
How
the
do you
numbers
feel
all the
about the
time.
move from FIFA to FC?
Hasn't affected anything on
That's what
my
I-
end.
that's
Don't
what I
really
figured, yeah.
care. Yeah, it's
It's
kinda,
just a name license change, and that's about
yeah,
it.
it's more annoying to talk about in a venue like this, where I have to say it the right
yes.
way and then specify what game. If I just
Yes.
said FC24, I feel like I'd lose some people.
That's yes, I would imagine that's annoying. But FC 25 is
It's out already.
or
I'm-
FC. I don't remember if EA said they're bringing FC to Switch 2. I don't remember if it's 25 and 26 or it's 26 specifically. I know Switch
25,
has
yeah.
25,
Yeah.
but yes, they're continuing with that. So I have not played a soccer game since the N64, and I
Wow.
had like no interest in soccer. But a friend
You
had
played Super
like,
Mario Strikers.
yeah, that I mean
I think
that
the
counts
graphics have
because it's
improved a
soccer.
little
But
bit
they
since then.
yes,
Looks a little bit
but
better.
like I played like International Superstar Soccer or
I don't think I
something
played
back
that one.
then. It was like very arcadey soccer, but it had real people in it, and that's.
I remember having
It-
VR soccer on a PlayStation 1 demo disc and
graphics
played
will never get
the
better.
crap out of it because it was just like the graphics seemed amazing at the time. They're atrocious now, but like, but they had like real like British announcer guys like announcing, and I'd be like, how do they know who's kicking the ball? And then one of the guys on my team, his name was Foot, which I thought was really funny. And like he would kick it and he'd be like, Foot. And I'm like, yeah, that's how he kicked it. Yeah, I was simpler to impress back then, I think.
What other sport is it more than just FC or do you do
Other
like
sports
Madden
games
leaving
and
the
stuff,
conversation to
I
you
don't-
guys.
No, I don't play any Madden, but I do play basketball. That's a fun one as well. And we play golf as well, PGA 23, I think it is. We play 2v2, so that's nice. Switch it up. There's a crew of 4 of us who play.
Do they have like music and stuff in these games, or is it like just ambient? sound?
You can in the lobbies they always have music, but during
But
the
when you're
game I don't
playing?
think there's. Yeah, for the most part, I don't know. No, FIFA's always been big with their soundtrack in the lobby though. They've got their own sound that they I think they've.
So what do you like? So when you're playing soccer, it's just the sounds of like men.
Sounds of the game,
grunting.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
'Cause
announcer.
wait,
Or
wait,
women.
wait.
Or
Tell me
women.
more about this. Tell me more.
Yeah, the announcer's just making the calls.
Oh,
on
right.
it.
There's an.
Well, it's like the audience, the crowd you'd hear.
The audience, the
That's,
soccer audience.
that's
they call it.
mostly what the audio is in
Lot of
those.
We'll be
cheering.
watching
Yeah.
wrestling tonight, where the wrestling audience will be. So.
This is how ignorant I am. Where is the camera set up?
You can. Well, I never mess with it, but it's from the sideline. I think you can probably in.
But like looking 3/4 down or whatever at the.
Yeah, it's varied a little bit over the years. They've changed the zoom a little bit, but yeah, just mostly a side shot that you're kind of able to just
Messy,
pan
messy,
as
messy,
you're
messy,
moving up
messy,
and down the
messy.
field.
Would you play? Now hear me out. If it was first person.
Oh well, maybe there's a VR soccer game.
Yeah, I know, but let's talk about this.
That was me engaging in the conversation.
That would be interesting. I feel like it would be difficult to see what was going on.
Like
Run out
real
of breath
life?
real quick.
Yeah, but you might not have quite as much of a panoramic field of view as in real life.
Hi, Maddie B.
Okay.
And great quote. We were just talking about Mole Man this week, Maddie B. Well, do we want to talk about Fortnite in general? Does anybody have anything they want to say since we all play together?
I was just commenting to Grimbles that I like the new season and I'm enjoying it, but I'm having difficulty balancing my bloodlust with responsibility and not drawing the team out of position and with the limited movement comparatively.
Yes, because as Deux and I have said before, we are very scared players, so we like to get away as quickly as possible if we can. And you got shockwaves and I guess lightsaber kind of, but yeah, I like the season a lot too, but it's very intense. Like it's very, and I don't mind that, but yeah, definitely we're out of our wheelhouse with that. So I feel like that's more where
We're not big pushers.
yeah, you're more like that's your area, like that's your zone. You like that kind of stuff, and I know it scares the crap out of me. So
we balance each other well.
I'll see you getting like into fights, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. Like I just know if you die, we're all dead. That's what I know. So
That's how we all feel about you as well. So.
You're the tactic?
What's that?
Can it be a tactic that like if one of you goes into a fight, one or two of you go to like a place to respawn them or whatever? So
I don't know.
like,
Why don't you
you're
come to
ready-
the game? We'll try it out.
I don't have a system that plays it right
Why?
now.
Switch.
Oh yeah, but I don't
iPhone
wanna
just
play
this
it.
week. It's back, baby.
Can we chill for just a minute? Look, you got 4 of you sitting here, and all 4 of you play, and there ain't no room for more.
Well, you're giving us tactics.
The game.
Just asking a
fun.
question. Can we not have a
I
conversation?
mean, here's
about it
here's the truth.
without
Like
being
in
peer pressure.
It usually happens exactly like you're asking without us talking about it. Like we're like Brhino will be like, oh, I'm engaging this guy, knock this guy. I need people. Who's coming to help? And we'll be like on the other side of the map, we'll buy your card.
yeah, well, there's plenty of plans we try and make, and it's Fortnite, so stuff always falls apart and whatever. It just I was playing with family night before. They were some of the most insane games I've ever played by far. I don't know what happened, but we want, you know how we have those games where we die the whole time and we end up winning it and we're like, we shouldn't have won that. We had one of those with family, but no joke, we spent over 4,000 in gold rebooting that whole game. It was full team, and we managed to win it at the end. And I was like, we showed the matchmaking the worst possible outcome because now it's just only going to get worse from here, and it did. But it was just something about the Star Wars season is making people. It's pushing people to a completely different level. Like it's just, I think it's because of the lack of momentum, and like I've said before. You're not picking up ammo. People are just going wild the whole time. It's crazy.
You need to use the cars more, and then there's no ammo limit to shoot at the cars.
Yeah,
and that's
There's no reason to be conservative.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah, so it's definitely changed the ebb and flow of the game. Those two elements together. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this season. I like all the Star Wars stuff. I wish they would fix the goddamn inverse on the X-wing and the TIE Fighter because I want to fly them, but. Every day I check. And
that's
not
been
fixed.
really frustrating for me as well. I can fudge it, but I'm not optimal with it. A lot of crashing into the ground.
Yeah,
when you need it the most.
The crazy game I played had 2 people on another team who one was in an X-wing and one was in a TIE Fighter, and they were some of the best shots I've ever. They were mowing everybody down instantly, and like one would pass by and the other would come in and finish them off, and like. I got revived and they were shooting me in the air as I was coming down, and I managed to land on the TIE Fighter. So I'm like, oh, I can shoot the TIE Fighter, and the X-wing flew by and picked me off before I could even do anything else. Like it was insane. Wow. They are so in sync with each other.
Friendly fire, or can they not hurt each other?
Can
like,
you hurt your friend's ships? They shot me off the top of a ship.
Yeah. I have to imagine you
can. Yeah, because we can hurt cars. So you're exactly right, because they're aiming at like a little spot on top where I'm standing, and they got me and not the TIE Fighter. So
I was playing the other night with a different set of buddies, and we were running into a particularly sweaty crowd game after game, and we decided to try ranked for the first time.
I've played a
long
couple
time.
ranks a while ago,
And
like years ago.
It worked though. We, I mean, none of us had played much, so we were lower ranked. But like,
Yeah.
we were in, easier, better lobbies for a little stretch. Just needed a little break. you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Switch it up.
I had my cousin, who I play a lot with, this is like a couple of years ago, was like, I want to try one of the tournaments, championships. Every week they have something going on that anybody could enter.
Right.
And she was like, I want to go in there. I think I could do good. And I'm like, I don't want to dissuade you, but I don't think you realize how crazy the people are going to be. She was like, no, I'll give it a try. And she played like 2 games and she's like, I'm never doing that again. She's like, they're so far beyond anything I can even understand. She's like, it's like a different game. I was like, yeah, I know. I get that feeling. So sweaty crowd. You're right, Cumulative. It's a sweaty crowd. I'll talk about what I played. Fortnite.
What have you played?
Oh, thank you. The only other thing I played was Claire Obscure, whatever it's called.
Expedition
33. I'm only like a couple more hours into it.
It's the game that's stopping
The game.
RMC from playing
Alan Wake.
Nope. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it's the game that he's playing and enjoying, Barry.
Every time I sit down to play, I often every time I think in the back of my mind, he's going to be mad that I'm playing this?
Don't worry about it seriously, because I'm not playing Alan Wake anymore. So you can have it as long as you want. It's not a time thing. It's just I think that game's really special. I know this Expedition 33 is supposed to be awesome, but Alan Wake was really special. I think you'd like it.
Well, no,
and I'm worried because the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out very soon, and I don't think we're going to get around to Alan Wake anytime soon.
I 100% want to play it. It's like I've said, I'm still in that funk. I'm just not feeling like I can do turn-based RPGs just because I can. That's outside of Fortnite. That's where my brain is right now. I just don't feel. I'm in a weird spot, and that's
Doesn't
where
Expedition 33 have a pretty interesting storyline? Like
story's great. Yeah, the story's really like driving the whole experience. It's everything about the story has me intrigued. There's nothing where I'm like, this doesn't make sense or this is stupid. Like everything about it, I'm like, yeah, I want to learn more about literally everything going on here. So, but I'm only a couple hours further. Outside of Fortnite, I haven't really played much of anything really. So I put in like another 2 hours maybe. So I'm not much further than where I was. I got somebody else added to my team, but nothing really new happened. So there's nothing really to share. So I'll move on to questions. Send your questions at goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
You can ask about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. Dude, this is for you.
Uh-oh.
Caspar, or maybe I'm supposed to say Casper, but it reads Caspar, got in touch and they said, I don't know if this is newsworthy, but I wanted to tell Doom Michaels just how hot the GBA is these days. I won't say where they were, but they sent me a picture while they were traveling on public transportation of this advertisement for the GBA.
What?
Because it's for a site called Back Market that sells old electronics. And their new ad shows the GBA in it.
That's cool.
So he sent that to me to send to you to show you, because you always talk about how much people are loving the GBA and old systems right now. And there you go. It's got a new advertisement. So
yeah,
that's the truth. Now, here's the really cool part. They told me they are a voice actor. They wanted you to know that they are a voice actor. This is true. This is not a joke. This is not a bit. They are a voice actor.
It's not a Deux view.
No. They're a voice actor in Rat Hat Redemption.
What?
They voice Camille de Milmont. I looked them up like I don't know, maybe you know the character, but they did the voice work for this character. Red Dead.
This is exciting.
Apparently,
the advance. Those are cool.
Apparently they have a speech in the game that's very notable. I didn't play it, so I don't know. But I was like, man, this is too cool that one of the voice actors from Red Dead Redemption got in touch and wanted you to see this GBA.
That is amazing.
Rat Hat Redemption, I believe.
Rat Hat Redemption. I'm so sorry. Here you go. This character. Do you know this character?
Camille de Milmont. It sounds familiar, actually.
Their location is Catfish Jackson's.
Yeah.
They're a minor character, it says.
That
in
is
Red
so
Dead
cool.
Redemption 2 background.
I'm very impressed.
It can be where he's returning with a group of raiders. After killing the raiders, the player has the option to kill him. Another group ambushes the player on the way back. The player can then bring him in and receive the bounty. Goes to prison. He goes on an extended rant about how he and the raiders are fighting for the true ideals of America. There you go. Apparently, and it's on YouTube if you want to see this guy's speech.
That
So,
sounds familiar,
pretty damn
actually.
cool. Pretty damn cool. So thanks for sending in that GBA ad. I will. Oh wait, I want to see what you were
That's
talking
a good
about.
question.
Analog Pocket.
No.
SP, the SP.
Oh, you're just talking about regular GBA SP.
Yeah.
You want one?
Yeah. I used to have.
How
one.
bad you want one?
I mean, it's $145.
I'm not lying when I say this. I have at least 5 of them. If you want one, you are more than welcome to just have one.
I will 100% take you up on that.
I will. Yeah, they're in my office. I
You
got
have a deal.
GBAs.
You've got a
You're
deal.
sitting on almost $1,000, and you're just gonna be giving that away?
Yeah. I thought that one might be in here.
Huh. Maybe I
yes.
should do the podcast once a year. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Obviously, just
Hey,
kidding.
let's get you a controller.
I was going to say that controller. I
You've
also have
given me so much. over the years,
GBAs
forget it.
and one Game Boy Micro, but you can't have that.
Oh, is that the one that's like this big?
Very tiny, yes.
Yeah.
That was the first system I got when I just started doing GoNintendo, so it's near and dear to my heart.
What colors you got of that SP?
Blue,
Silver.
Well, I got the one that came with the silver faceplate, but it had 2 other
The
faceplates. It was
retro
like a
Nintendo one, and then
reddish,
NES.
brownish one, and I didn't care, and I never changed
You
it.
never will.
But
Kirby
I still
had
got
the
my
NES
original.
version, right?
Kirby had the NES GBA.
Hey,
Yes.
Kirby, we speak your name.
SP.
I've got the NES 3DS XL.
Oh, I
That
have
thing's cool.
I have that.
Yeah, I have a couple special limited editions when it comes to 3DS and DS and all those, but that micro, man, I just really liked that micro. We also have a Patreon question. Dude, did you know you could join a Patreon?
For $1.
For $1. Knock on wood, didn't they ask this question? This could not be a more perfect question for you two. And I swear to God, it just happened this way. Has anyone on the crew ever performed music? I'd be curious to know if anyone has dabbled in playing an instrument or singing in any way, shape, or form. You two go. I swear to God,
That's
this
a
was
good
not
question.
planned. I really mean that. It
That's
was
so
not.
funny.
You guys go right ahead. You say whatever you want. Tell them where your music is and whatever.
Oh, you first. Get out of here,
No,
Grimbles.
Oh my God! Now neither are you going to say anything. All right, Nicky.
Shy
How-
boys. We're shy boys.
Nicky and I played the flutophone back in 4th grade. Should we talk about that?
I played the trumpet.
Oh, that's right. You did.
I played
your
bass
horn.
guitar in a band for a while, but I never actually really learned it, so that was a problem. Tried learning guitar, but I can't separate one hand from the other hand, so I just played it like this.
Slapping the guitar.
And yeah, I used to sing a lot in school, but ever since I graduated high school,
Did you give a little sample?
no, I haven't sung a note since I graduated high
That's
school.
not true. I've heard many
Ah,
notes.
Come on.
Okay, I haven't sung since that time we were in New York, and I was belting out lewd lyrics to the Smiths songs, and we got into
That was
traffic.
so much fun. God,
and-
that was really hilarious.
And you looked past me, and there was a woman in the backseat
That's
of a
right.
taxi, sitting at her window, just smiling at me.
Yeah.
Right as we were going to go
And-
into the Holland
And
Tunnel,
I,
right?
and I like just rolled up the window. She's like, "No,
Man.
please keep singing." And I was just like,
That's
So
great.
funny.
That's
That
great.
was
So ever since that
funny.
day,
Forgot all
I
about
never
that.
sang another note.
It's never going to get any better.
And
That
it
is a
never
great memory.
did.
You had encouragement from a stranger, and that caused you to stop singing.
The lyrics were inappropriate.
Oh, okay.
It's like
It was embarrassing.
like Weird
She's
Al
into it.
if he was very crude.
Yeah.
It was great.
Crazy Alan.
The
That's what my daughter
Smiths,
calls
the
him.
Queen wants head.
So tell us.
You don't have
gentlemen.
to say anything if you don't want to. It's fine. Just figured if
I play bass guitar. I've
There you
played in a few bands over the years. I don't have any. What was the rest of the question? On stage experience. We've played shows and things like that.
because playing an instrument or singing in any way, shape, or form.
Sing
So,
too.
yes,
sing,
and
yeah.
yes.
Sing really well.
Why? Thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
I have been to performances of yours, and I would agree with that statement.
You guys. And
Now sing.
Grimbles has extensive musical experience as well.
Yeah, I play the douche flute. Douche flute, familiar? No.
Quite.
I love that you guys play and do so much in music, and this comes up, and you're like,
strangely,
Are you
it's-
not allowed to talk about this?
I'm under NDA.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's strangely I get uncomfortable talking about it.
I understand that.
But-
I do.
Well, luckily we have a guitar right here. Talk it all. Can you
What
do,
Brian
like,
and I
air
have played
guitar?
together.
Yeah, it's true. I've seen it.
I play guitar.
Instruments even.
We've played, yeah. We've played with each other's flutes.
Both
Now that's a hell of a performance.
It was. I think about it.
dueling solos.
Yeah, I play guitar, and Brian has music you can listen to online.
My favorite kind of music, the
under-
kind you can listen to.
under the name Perilune, Perilune. So you can listen to Brian's band.
There you go. We can
Why
put
don't you
it-
tell them
You
about
wanna
your
do my-
band?
You want to do my plug?
And Grimbles has a band called DeSoto Jones, DESOTO Jones, and
This
you
is
can
very
listen to their
nice
catalog
cross-promotion.
anywhere,
Yeah.
and everywhere.
What else?
On anywhere you listen to popular
What
music.
else? Your other band?
You-
You go, keep going.
I wanna-
You'll only get one cross promo. You got to do your
Okay.
own.
I also started a new band recently called Pack of Larks, and it's new and fun. We're a trio, and I'm enjoying that. So
What are
thanks-
the
thanks
three
for asking.
instruments? Guitar, bass.
Oh
and
yeah,
drums,
guitar, the bass player sings.
this
and
going.
we have a
I gotta
drummer
get to
as
the
well. I think our treat is here. Yeah. So
Okay.
should we do a little jam session right now?
I mean, we don't want. Well, yeah, give us a little taste.
Well, no, that was it. You ruined it now. That was all we had.
All right.
Start
Great
do
job,
beat, do
guys.
beat.
Do
I don't. I like to sing, but I don't really sing. I don't sing anything professionally. I don't get on stage, but I like to sing, and
Oh wow,
I like to strum some chords on the guitar. But that's about it.
you have extensive late night jam experience, I would say.
Yeah,
Sure, we've created a
Yeah,
song.
sure.
We've tracked a song or two together.
Yep. Mr. Pooplin's Opus.
Yep, that was a big one.
Mhm. But yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Speaking of music,
Oh, and you played the theremin for a while?
very little
For a
bit.
little
Very
while.
little
Theremin?
bit. Yeah, I wanted to do a
Do
theremin
you
like
still have
really
one?
bad.
I
Yeah,
hate-
I do. It's in the basement.
Do you know? Can you play it? It
No,
again,
but I'm
for me,
intrigued.
it's
by
it's the
that.
I didn't ever-
separation of left and right hand. Like I also can't play guitar and sing, which was very limiting for me.
Set up the speaker. Grab. Yank his chord. I haven't like I didn't record anything with the theremin or anything, but I would screw around with one. Yeah, I wanted one for a long time and got one, and like it was a lot of fun just to mess around with. But I never
it's
like
like a toy kind of.
Yeah, I never really did anything with it. I had the
I wouldn't say that too loud. There were
Automaton.
people who were very accomplished thereminists.
Yeah.
oh, there's that guy. Yeah. Oh, what's his
What
name?
are their names?
There was one, I believe her name is
I know
Doris,
one. Oh, what's his name?
Doris Chrysler or something. She was great. I saw her live.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
No, I'm dead serious.
You saw a.
I would never joke about
theremin
that.
I
Fair
went to like an
Doris the
event.
thereminist.
I think it was like a film music event. I can't remember exactly.
Mizerg. Mizerg is the guy. This guy's awesome.
Or maybe it was Dorit. Even Dorit. I'll look it up because I don't want to misrepresent.
This guy's music is so cool. And yes, you can hire him for weddings.
I've never seen it done like that.
Yeah, he
Wow.
uses theremin in every song, and he does some really cool stuff.
He's playing like percussion with it.
I'm not going to play the music. But
Mizerg.
that
Mizerg.
proof that I'm not lying. Dorit Chrysler.
Doris Pringle Brule.
But
And
like, I don't know if you know what's the song. Oh man, I feel like it's like a very Tim Burton song.
This is Halloween.
No, it's like Oh God. Like Symphony of Animals or something like that. There's like one.
Oh, Akuma Matata.
We're back to that, yes.
That's it.
I just remember her playing that and like going down a rabbit hole. Animals, get it? Trying to search what that song was because like I know I've heard it somewhere. It's like
Carnival
Wait,
of
no, I
the
can't even sing it now.
Animals.
Yes,
There
but
you
there's
go.
only one piece of it.
The
that-
elephant.
No, I think it was like fish or birds or something.
It says the elephant, and it says theremin performance. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I'm
Well,
not
you
gonna
tell
sing
this
it.
lady
I'm
no.
not going to sing it because I just tried to think of it and I can't think of the actual notes that were played. Anyway, speaking of
music, let's do
Oh,
music.
no, we've lost it.
It's just go ahead. It's okay. You know how to do it. You start it. No, this is terrible. This is terrible. No,
That's
wrong
not
thing.
right.
Just do the goddamn music.
I've
You don't
got
even have the
music. Do you
laptop
wanna hear
open.
it? We
You wanna
wanna
hear it? Oh,
Oh,
oh. Is that what you sound like? That's I think we just after all these years got a new one. There you go. Somebody
I hope
rip that
that's
and
played-
send it to
I
me.
hope that's connected, right? Is that in the right hole? Put it in the right.
Yes.
We're about
Yes.
to find out. So I've got
Oh,
some music.
Now I'm not ready.
What do you need? I got to do it here.
Okay. I mean, I'm
First-
sure you can. Hold on. No. These are songs from games. We guessed the game.
The
that's it.
volume might be.
Oh, send your music to GoNintPod@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintPod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
Put music in the title. Help out your local mom brain. Okay.
Help.
Let's do it.
All right. First one comes from Jess I. Oh, looky.
Blowing it.
That's not the right hole.
It's not.
It's got to be the right hole.
Turn
Is
it
it coming
up.
through? Oh,
It sounds like it is. Turn it up.
Go over there.
Turn it up. Oh, there you go. You're good. No, you're good there. Well, I know it's Nintendo. I'd bet my life on this being a Bowser-related song,
Oh, he's zeroing in.
but I don't. But it's not like uber familiar. Is it Nintendo 64?
Yes.
Paper Mario. Hell yeah, baby!
We got
Hell yeah!
there.
Hell yeah!
Sorry, we got there.
We got there.
That was Paper Mario from Jess I. Next song comes from Wired. I wish Jim was here.
Mm-hmm. He's very busy at the moment.
Everything's so quiet.
No, you're good. This is not familiar at all. What system is this?
Switch.
Ay.
That I don't even have to look up.
Do you know this game?
Oh, he's picking up what I'm putting down.
Why would Nicky Hill know this? He doesn't play anything. And it sounds very unlike something you would play. No More Heroes? Something related?
Maybe. Yes.
No More Heroes 3? Or Desperate Struggle?
No.
No. What was the spin-off of No More Heroes
I
called?
don't remember.
Son of a bitch. That's what it was called. Oh, Travis Strikes Again?
Correct.
There
we got
we go.
there.
Jesus
Travis
Christ. What a
Strikes
brain
Again. No
fart.
More Heroes. Something or other. This next one comes from Blood Ocean 07. What? He's amazing, right?
Incredible.
And if you drop a box of matchsticks,
It's,
toothpicks, he'll tell you how many are left in the box. Blood Ocean 07.
Idiot Savant. Oh yeah, right off the bat. This is N64.
Correct.
This is rare.
Correct.
This stars a monkey.
correct.
Diddy starts with Diddy. It's Diddy Kong Racing.
It is Diddy Kong Racing.
Did you pick these out especially for me?
No.
Okay.
This next one comes from Reg Nilla. And if you guys have any any guesses,
Oh, yeah.
This one's all you. I'm staying quiet.
I know what it's like being on that side of the table. I get cocky when I'm the one in control. Oh, I didn't think this was this.
I got no clue. I don't even know what system. It sounded like an earlier system, but like not early.
I'm
I don't
gonna say
know.
This is Switch.
Okay.
I don't think. No, it's got to be Switch.
Sorry.
Maybe Wii U, but it's Switch.
Now we're getting somewhere. I like is this a level 5 game?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. All right, then that's all I need to know. Oh, this is sounding familiar now. The fact that you said Wii U should like really narrow this down. Okay. Man, I like this a lot. Is it an RPG? Oh, then I'm just out of my league here. I really like it. Here's all I can tell you. It's Japanese.
Sure. It is not level 5.
Okay.
Look it up.
Then I don't know. I just be throwing random
I don't know if you
guesses.
played this. I think you did play this one. Because there's only one. I think there's a sequel.
Baked
maybe.
in Kaitos.
It's not first party, is it?
No.
I don't think so.
It's second party? Is that the thing?
So Nintendo
It's
published
Lemon Party.
Nintendo did publish,
second party.
but
Oh
not
my
in
god.
Japan.
Oh, what is it? A Square Enix game then?
No.
Just put me out of my misery.
I will say, I think this is
Put me out of my misery.
all right. Hyrule Warriors: Age of
Oh
Calamity.
my god.
There's only one, but there's another one coming out soon, right?
What the
How is-
goddamn? Yeah, there is.
That's not a first party.
I
game?
would say that's first party. Yeah.
Oh, you would? Why?
Yeah, because it's
Developed by Omega Force.
yeah, but it's Nintendo's property.
Yeah, but we see their stuff in other games that are not right. I don't know.
It's okay.
That was why I didn't get
It's
it.
okay. See, you threw one.
Sorry.
There it is. There it is.
I knew I was it was either have a hardship
Nope.
here or
Yeah, you did
do
the
the
right
music
thing.
section. And
I thought that would be whatever. It's published, but they didn't make it. Just because it's their properties. doesn't
That's
mean
like a
it's-
lot of Nintendo
But
games. so.
Hyrule, not
and
Hyrule
that's not a
Warriors,
that's not a second party.
What is
Second party is a company that Nintendo owns.
Oh, didn't know that. But what is?
Third party is do whatever you want. Second party is the parent company owns them.
But they're not doing whatever they want.
A
guess they're
third
kinda
party,
like-
I said, is do whatever you want.
Right. Which I guess they did whatever they want because the game is based off of
Omega
what,
Force
Dynasty
is not a
Warriors or
second
whatever?
party. Yes, it's part. It's yeah.
And
one of those games.
why I always thought it was like a Hyrule skin of their other game. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Anyway,
you're
let's move
not-
on.
You're
Eh?
not wrong there.
So
You
this
guys
next
hash
one,
this out for a little bit longer.
That's how it usually goes.
I'm just trying to
don't
understand
listen to the
because I'm
podcast, do
always
you?
wrong, and I'm trying to understand where I got wrong this time.
he's actually on his best behavior today because you guys are here. If you weren't here,
agree.
this
I
would have been
agree.
like an hour longer show.
This next game comes from. Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Oh, I don't remember
Or maybe
if
it was autocorrected. Firecrackers.
How'd you spell it?
Crackers. So I think I spelled quack and it corrected it or something. I don't know. Firecrackers.
A lot of vamping.
Shut up.
This is familiar too.
Oh, why do I know this?
Streets of Rage 4. I know this though. I think.
Yeah, I
Licensed. I'm gonna
definitely know
I'm going to
this.
tell you it's licensed.
Is it the Matrix? Why is the Matrix coming on?
Wow.
It is in the Matrix, bro.
So it's. Is it the Matrix?
The Matrix.
Whatever on the game. I don't remember what it
Experience?
was called. Matrix Revolution. Matrix. Is that it?
Enter the Matrix.
Okay.
Oh, dang. I forgot the extra little bit here. You would have gotten a bonus 6 out of 9 if you can guess the name of the track from the Diddy Kong Racing. Which I've
No,
already
I don't
closed it
remember
out.
the
I
name.
don't remember it, so I'm
I mean, yes, I would have. So I'll
Blowing
give
it.
myself the point. No, I don't remember the name.
blowing it. This next one is from Autumnal Blake.
All I can tell you is, don't care for it. I got literally nothing on this.
Anybody else?
You guys?
No.
Tetris Axis.
What the hell is Axis on?
3DS.
I probably. I don't know if I got it.
Probably.
I might. I bought like every Tetris game.
Okay, I'll move on.
Who? Do you know who made that? Don't. I'll look it up. Never mind.
It's
Never
gone.
mind.
It is so gone. I ain't going back. This one is from Pratt Trap. I don't think any of you guys have played this, so I apologize.
Oh my God! Well, you know I know this one. This is Mutant Muds. Just regular old Mutant Muds, I think.
Well, that's a game that I would own, but they changed something, so I don't own it.
What'd they change?
Wasn't that the game you were supposed to be in?
I am in it.
Oh, I'm gonna buy that game tonight.
I am
thought
in
they,
it.
was
I thought they
Mutant
found out.
Muds.
Was that a different game?
Scribble Nuts.
Mutant Muds.
Sorry,
Yes. And I'm in
sorry, Mr. Mutant,
Mutant
Mud.
Mud Super Challenge.
You're in a game.
It's Jules
I
Watson. Watson? Washam?
You know, I've known the man for. I literally just talked to him a couple weeks ago.
I don't need to see a picture.
I always
Sorry.
just say, "Hey, Jules." I never say people's full names, so hey,
Yeah.
George Washington. He just thinks I'm saying, "What's up?"
Hey, Jules was on. This is from AJ. I'm naming you AJ. I hope that's the name you want to go by here. What? Mutant Muds? You looking it up? It's a. Oh, there
you
it
got.
is.
That's funny. I got the same
Oh, and
article.
it came up on GoNintendo.
That's true.
Wow.
Not many people are talking about
Your
that
captain's
one.
hat is eternalized there because
There it
it's. Oh, I thought it melted. That thing's got to come back.
Those were the days. Jules
this
is a
one-
great guy.
This one is from AJ.
I just like this band in general. This is
Well, if you know the band, you probably know.
Is this Anamanaguchi?
yes, and it's Scott Pilgrim
Oh,
saves the world.
First of all, the movie, the game.
they did the whole soundtrack for that game.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Really awesome soundtrack. Anamanaguchi's got a new album coming out.
Is it the movie, the game, or it just says the game? Oh, my brain.
There she is.
Guys, thank God you're still going.
No way!
Oh my
Oh,
They're not paying
what
off
the
for it.
hell?
They're just JoJo's.
I thought that this would have been such a great podcast moment.
Thank you. Nice to see
Great
you.
moment. Thank
We
you,
spoke
Mom
your
Brain.
name
Wait,
earlier.
You gotta have one.
I don't want one.
Okay.
Should I
Thank
keep
you.
going? while
She's
we-
poisoned them.
Really?
I did.
Oh my god.
Holy cow! We gotta wrap
Holy
this
moly.
up.
Who wants one?
Did you mark that?
I'm not made of
Oh, wait.
stone.
I did right here.
All right,
And this should be
next
the
one-
last song.
No, two more.
Oh, I'm way behind.
1, 2, 3.
Anybody
4,
else? Yeah.
5, 6, 7,
Thank
8,
you.
9. Yeah. This one is from Azura, longtime listener, first
Thank
time
you.
music submission
Hey, thank you very much.
from like 2021. So we got there. This is from Azura,
Smells great.
and I hope I'm saying that name right too.
I just wrote about this game yesterday on Resident Evil Revelations.
It
I
was
was just writing about that
Resident
in the comments
Evil
on Patreon.
Revelations.
Can I ask why you were writing about that?
In the post I did about people who franchises people played that they've fallen off with, some people said Resident Evil, and they wished it was more like classic Resident Evil instead of how it is now. And we were talking about the spin-off ones that I really liked, and I brought up Revelations.
And this is another person that I wasn't sure what your name was. I didn't want to just put your email address name out there. So this is
So
from
here's
Sam.
your whole name and address.
This is from Sam G. Thank you for your submission. I will say I think there's more than one person at this table who's played this game.
Deux, I'll leave it to you.
I might have played this.
They have.
Oh, wait, I think I know what it is.
You well enough.
And I know what it is because if you guys look, I know what it is. Played a lot of it. You played a lot of it.
Vampire Survivors?
Did
Not a bad
Brhino
guess.
play it?
Not a bad guess. Huh?
Did Brhino play it?
I don't believe so. But this was like pandemic era. Played a ton of it. Like everybody in that group chat was playing it. It's Hades.
It is.
Beautiful.
Just Hades. So that's the music.
All right, I guess 7
I
out of
had
10.
music. You wanted to hear it.
I
and
wanted
we
to hear
played
it. 7 out of 10, 6 out of 9, I'll take it.
7 out.
Pretty good.
Sure. Congratulations,
And then,
everyone.
as we all know, that's the end of the show. There's nothing else. So
Everyone have a
that's-
great week.
that's it.
Stay safe out there.
Josh, we heard you through the
Actually, folks,
Ghost in the
we've got something that's happening right now. Oh,
I would like to hear the views of Deux.
there you go.
well, you're in luck, Josh Grobot, because I've got a view to share with you. Deux views. It's never news. Rumor of the week with
You guys are
Deux
lucky.
Michaels.
You guys are so lucky
I thought
that
it was
the rumor
starring.
came through.
No, they're always rumors. They're not lucky.
No, I think they're going to be lucky this week, right?
Well, we'll have to see. So everybody knows that I have spiders and flies that go all over the video game and internet, and they come back to me every show with some sort of rumor that you're not going to hear anywhere else, and they're always rumors. Except, oh my God, there's a note here. This little fly has written on this note passed to me that this rumor is actually true. So you're getting, for the first time ever, a true story.
What
So
are
this
the
is
odds? What are the
absolutely
odds?
true. And
What a blessing.
yeah, so here's the blessing now.
The blessing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know how we were talking earlier today about Street Fighter, right? So
we do know.
yes. So coincidentally, this says that there is a new Street Fighter game being developed right now, and it actually is going to be math related.
Oh.
The interesting thing here is it says that the difficulty level is going to be based on the character you choose. So if you want the game to be harder, you'd pick Blanca because he's not good at mathematics. I don't know if you knew this. And then if you want, the game to be easier, you pick Chun-Li, and then you're gonna.
No. Oh.
Why is that bad?
Really?
Because she's smart.
She's a smart woman.
She's like, I can't think of any other women. Fine, name me another Street Fighter woman.
I don't know.
Cammy.
Okay, Cammy then.
Okay.
That's not racist, right?
That is not
Okay,
racist. That's
good.
correct. Yes.
So, well, then I guess I better not tell you what the name of the Street Fighter game's
no,
gonna be.
now I gotta hear.
Just kidding. It's called Street Fighter Pythagorean.
Street Fighter Pythagorean.
So,
That is stupid.
thank you, Josh.
Is that coming to Switch 2? Can we get that on Switch 2?
That is, surprisingly, it's coming out for the first Switch and for the GBA.
Yes!
I don't know why it says that.
That's what I was hoping to hear. Thank
So
you.
yeah, there you go, folks. Thanks for listening to that true story.
I'm upset they're always false, but I'm very happy this one's true.
Yeah.
I'll be there to support that one. And that's it for real, everybody. That's all
Are
we
you
got
going to be
this week.
picking it up? You're a big Street Fighter fan, or were? You think that's going to be the one that gets you back into it?
No, unless they put Chunka in there. Then
Yeah.
sure, I will be.
You heard him, Colonel. We need Chunka.
What is Chunka?
Blanca and Chun-Li together. Chun-Li and Blanca together.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. That was okay.
I
Sorry,
did it
you
for
took
you,
it back,
yes.
and
Yep,
I'm.
Yep.
That's called a callback.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
We're still live. Just letting you know we're still live. We got nothing for after show. Anybody got anything for after show? We're pretty done here. If you got something, drop it off. I see somebody typing something. We got
Can I have a cookie?
Yeah. We got cheese and pizzas to
There's
eat.
something. There's like a lot of cinnamon on those things that it feels. It's a
Too
good
much?
mouthfeel. I think.
It's like
kinda
eating
like it.
sand.
Yeah.
Just
They're really good.
Red Souza, I'm sorry. Well, thanks for tuning in anyway. You probably are like, who are these two random people here? You're gonna have to listen to the show to find out. But yeah, thanks to you two for being here. I hope it wasn't too horrendous. Yes, you enjoyed regular style afterwards, archive style. Anybody got anything? Are we done?
I'm trying to think. I mean,
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
I guess not.
Okay.
For
We got
me.
pizza on our mind.
We got
Guys
cheese and
anything?
pizza.
You guys
Zip
got
pizza.
any things that grind your gears that you want to just get out there for the world? You know,
Yeah, how long
family
this
safe.
podcast is.
No. All right. There.
Everybody have a
Just
great
get
week
looks
too.
right now. Okay.
We're happy boys.
Thanks, Radical.
We hate when we
Enjoy
get put on the spot at the
Backlash
end of
if you're watching.
podcasts.
I hate when we get asked about music. Everybody enjoy Backlash if you're watching. Everybody, happy Mother's Day if you're a mother, or you celebrate mothers, or if you're a mother, or
Yeah,
if
happy
you're
Mother's Day to all your
your
mothers.
mother. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
That was for you.
Okay.